3 teams that beat them are a combined 11-1, and the 2 teams that Ocean City's beaten are a combined 0-8. So the schedules have been different.
Yeah, you're right, Tom. And you know, even when you look at the commonality of the opponent with Cedar Creek, I think back that Cedar Creek played Absegami opening day. You're really sky high for your first football game of the season, and they were maybe operating on all cylinders. And when they played Ocean City, and I think I even alluded to this at the start of the broadcast, that they were coming off that big game against Delsey, and maybe it was a letdown a little bit, or I don't know that they were necessarily looking past Ocean City, but the Raiders haven't been as formidable in recent years as and Cedar Creek's reputation and the way they've played, deservingly so, that reputation. I just don't know that they were really fired up to play the Raiders as they were fired up to play opening day against Absegami. So that's a possibility. That being said, the Raiders gave them all they could handle that day, and I think by halftime Cedar Creek knew they were in for a real tough football game, and they were able to come up with the win. So I think we got a real close football game on paper here, and I think it's a toss-up. I really do.
Another factor in this game, Keith Larkin has had a good season kicking for Ocean City. He's 8 for 8 on extra points, has not attempted a field goal, so he's a good kicker. Absegami has a great kicker in Zach Sturr. This is his 4th season kicking for them. He is one of 18 kickers in Cape Atlantic League history to get 100 points. He has 104 kicking points, and there's only 13 kickers ahead of him in Cape Atlantic history. He also has kicked 13 field goals in his career, which is tied for 5th all time with the legendary Jim Cooper of Mainland, who played for Jim Schaefer back in 79 through 81 and has been the coach of so many of the great kickers in the Cape Atlantic League. There's only 4 guys ahead of Zach Sturr in Cape Atlantic history in career field goals, and 3 of them are from Mainland, of course.
Tom, I was watching them both before the game, and on the Ocean City side, Larkin made a field goal attempt from the 30-yard line, which would have been a 40-yard field goal. Now, again, there wasn't any rush or anything. They were just setting the ball, and he was taking the kick. And on the other end, they had the ball set at the 35-yard line, and that was clearing the goalpost by plenty. So, this isn't going to be a typical high school game where you need to get down to the 15-yard line to try to a field goal attempt. These guys can boom the ball if they have to. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Andrew Marcucci, the quarterback for Absegami, has been in that position for a couple of years. He can throw the ball, 5'10", 193 pounds. And in Josh Corsi, a 6'3", 181-pound senior, he has the Cape Atlantic's leading receiver, at least right now, in total yardage. So he's a real weapon. But they've only scored once through the air this year. Their leading running back is Jaden Johnson, a 6'1", 207-pound senior. In addition to his receiving touchdown, Corsi also returned a kickoff for a touchdown. So he's got the speed and the strength. And we also noticed one of the captains for Absegami, Dante Cooper, 5'11", 221-pound lineman, doesn't have his helmet on for the toss of the coin. I don't know if that means he's not playing.
Is that a requirement?
I don't know. I've never seen anybody without one for the toss of the coin. Huh. And of course, it's the more emphasis placed on it. Of course, nobody's going to hit anybody now. It's just a toss.
You'd hope not.
Unless the coin hits him. Maybe that's what it would be, to protect him against the coin.
Unless the official throws a flag at him or something.
We'll see. We'll see what the situation is with Dante Cooper.
Tom, I think one of the keys here is going to be Ocean City's ability to defend the pass because they have shown the ability to stop the run pretty well in the first few games. So, they're going to get a little bit more of a challenge in that defensive backfield today. So we'll see what happens there defensively for them.
It looks like they're going to have a moment of silence here for the shooting in Las Vegas. In fact, the clock on the scoreboard is at half-mast here at Absegami. And we're going to take a timeout here for a message, and then we'll be right back. You're listening to the Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on 106.3 The Shore.
Presentation of colors and the playing of our national anthem.
Day, and this is it. The Wonderland Pier will close for the season at 6 p.m. on Sunday. Remember to save your unused tickets. They'll be good next season. The summer continues one more weekend at Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th in the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Visit them online at gillians.com. So Absegami will start with the football. And we'll see who's going to kick off here. I think it's going to be Josh Rolls.
Actually, the more interesting thing is what kind of kickoff is it going to be? I think last week we saw 6 or 7 different kinds of kickoffs.
Yep. No, it's not. It's going to be Keith Larkin. Keith Larkin's going to kick off. And, of course, Josh Corsi's a guy to keep your eye on. He's the deepest back, standing at about the 11-yard line. Here's the kick, and it's a pooch, and it's not going to go very far at all. In fact, it's caught in the air, and returning inside the 40 and down close to the 30-yard line is Steve Wilkins. It didn't go 10 yards, but for the receiving team to catch it, it doesn't have to go 10 yards. I don't think it was an onside kick attempt. It was a little pooch that wasn't pushed right.
Well, I'll tell you, if it didn't go 10, it went 9.5, because I thought the Ocean City player was going to recover it as and then it would have been a question of if it did go 10 yards. Boy, it was awfully close to that 50-yard line. I agree with you, though, Tom. I don't think that was intended to be a onside kick.
All right. Andrew Marcucci in the shotgun. Hands the ball off right side for about a yard. Inside the 35 to about the 34.
Yeah, you know, those, like we said last week, they kicked that little pooch kick 4 or 5 times to start the game. Then they kicked them about halfway down. Then they finally ended up kicking them toward the end zone. And you know, it's all fine and dandy. It's easy to second guess, but boy, to give the other team the football at the 35-yard line to start the football game is tough.
Jonte Jones splits wide to the right, slot to the left, slot to the right. Marcucci back to throw, looking left, passes high and incomplete. Jones was running back toward him.
As Glover came through in motion, Marcucci kept it. I think the Raiders were kind of going with the flow of the back in motion.
Marcucci gets the play at the sidelines.
You talk about you'll be anxious to see what they do with the kickoffs next week. I'm going to be anxious to see what they do with the next kickoff.
Yeah, it's always interesting. And by the way, Dante Cooper is in the game. He just didn't want to wear his helmet. Marcucci awaits the snap. Double slot. Back to his left. Straight ahead is at first down is the guy we told you about, Jaden Johnson, 6'1", 207-pound senior. He's their leading running back, and he gets a first down to about the 21-yard line.
Yeah, another left guard pulls to the right side. They seal that side of the offensive line down. They give him a nice hole to run through across that left side. You know, needed 1, picked up about 4 or 5.
First and 10, I'll call it the 23-yard line. That's where they spot the football. Marcucci's alone in the backfield. Motion from the slot back on the left side. He gets the ball, trying to circle the right side, cuts it back to the 20. May have fought his way into about the 18-yard line.
See, that's the play that they ran on third down prior, although they ran it to the other side of the field. That time he gave the ball to the man in motion instead of keeping it, and the Raiders defended that pretty well. So, you know, that looks like that's their focus, that they're going to, or at least the first couple times they ran the play, it seems like the focus is on that man in motion. So, but they are going to have to watch Marcucci because he gained good yardage when he kept it.
Back is in motion. Play fake, passes incomplete. He had it in his hands at the 10-yard line, but he couldn't pull it in. That's Carnell Davis, the freshman, who is actually one of the top 15 pass receivers in the league. But he had it in his hands, but a good hit knocked it loose.
Yeah, and that good hit was from Isaac Robertson. The ball, as you said, Tom, it was in his hands, almost in his chest, and Robertson hit him just after the ball arrived, enough to jar the ball loose. So another big third down play.
They don't get this first down. I think Zach Sturr's going to have a shot at moving up a notch in the career field goal kick. Low snap. Marcucci picks it up the middle. He pulls away from one tackle. He's open down the right sideline, and he's in for the touchdown. It looked like Ocean City had him bottled up in the middle, but he got to the through the middle and broke it to the outside for an 18-yard touchdown run.
Interesting, too, there. The snap was low, so the man in motion, who's Glover, isn't going to get the ball. There's no question he's going to not going to get the ball. So Marcucci, although he doesn't always run with it if he doesn't hand it off, they do run pass plays off there. But at least that took one option away when Glover was by him before he could retrieve the ball. But a good run by Marcucci.
Start a kick. Absegami's all-time leading kicker. Low snap. They get it down, and he boots it through to make it 7-0. Absegami with 9:05 remaining in the first quarter. Game of the week produced by Prime Events on 106.3 The Shore, brought to you by Atlantic Care. Shoppy's is even better online. You probably visited their showroom at 1031 Shore Road in Linwood, but at Shoppy.com you can select and design your own trophy or award and order it right there. Shoppy's also has a complete line of gifts. Remember, you're not presenting the finest trophy unless you're presenting a Shoppy trophy. Phone 609-653-1684 for Shoppy's since 1921. So Absegami will kick off to Ocean City with a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, and again, you don't expect Marcucci to run the ball quite as much, Tom, and yet he ran it very effectively the two times they really needed him to be effective. That one, both of them on third down plays. Again, though, they were in 4-down territory. But the Raiders will tighten that up. As we said, they've played very good run defense these first 3 games, and we kind of expect that to continue.
On the Atlantic Care scoreboard at the half, Atlantic City leads Egg Harbor Township 7-6 in a game probably a little closer than would have been expected. Here comes the kick. The kickoff. High, deep end-over-end kick, and Lashley's going to catch it in the end zone for a touchback. So Ocean City will start on its own 20, trailing 7-0.
Boy, what a strong foot. As you mentioned, you know, how the prowess he has as a kicker field goal wise, and you know, he's good size, 6'2", 200, 210, but boy, what a strong foot. You don't see too many high school kids kicking the ball into the end zone 5 yards deep.
Yep. Okay, Ocean City. A little conversation between Robertson and Feifel. Now Robertson goes out to the right. There's trips to the right, slot to the left. Feifel's alone in the backfield. High snap over his head. He goes back and gets it at the 5, avoids the first tackler, but he's taken down at about the 1-yard line. We'll see where they spot the football. There'll be some forward progress taken into consideration. Look like it'll be at about the 2-yard line.
Dante Cooper was the first man in. And, of course, again, a bad snap, but instead of falling on the ball, Feifel decided he was going to try to make something out of it. Here they go.
Sweeping the right side, picking up some yardage out across the 5 and close to the 10, maybe across the 10-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and about
20.
Yeah. Yeah, because they lost 17 yards or 18 yards on that first play.
Not a very auspicious beginning for the Raiders.
In either way, their kickoff gave Absegami the ball on the Ocean City 35, and now here they start their drive deep in their territory. Feifel back to throw. Ducks under, fires downfield. Diving catch or leaping catch by Shallcross. Flag on the play. He's got the first down at the 30. Let's see what the flag is.
Yeah, the flag came after the catch back near the quarterback. So had something to do with extracurricular activity. I'm guessing there were 2 or 3 players from each team back there.
Referee making the signal. It's a personal foul against Absegami.
Both teams.
Oh, okay. So the play offsets. That's the ruling.
I think it was after the catch.
Well, he waved his arms, which means that. No, it is going to be enforced. The play.
The penalty's offset. The play stands. I guess. Yeah.
So the ball's out to the 30. Ocean City gets the first down on a great leaping catch by Shallcross. And Feifel was under some pressure.
He was looking left the whole time. Kind of threw the defense off, I think, a little bit, and found Shallcross in the middle, and a great throw and a real fine catch as well.
Again, Feifel will be alone in the backfield. Slot to the right, trips to the left. Looks over the defense, takes the snap. He's going right up the middle. Finds some room. Feifel at the 40. He's at the 50. He's down the right sideline and pulling away. Harry Feifel's going to go all the way, 70 yards for a touchdown, and Ocean City makes it 7-6.
Well, that's pretty impressive on a 3rd and almost 20. He completes a 21-yard pass for the first down and then runs 70 yards for the touchdown. He had 5 wide receivers out in the set, each of the plays so far. Took the snap and just immediately ran straight up the middle. I mean, you got 5 guys split wide. There's not a whole lot past that first line of scrimmage and a couple linebackers.
Keith Larkin 8 for 8 on extra points this year. Trying to tie it up. Good snap, ball down, the kick is up, it's high enough, it's good. And with just about, 4.5 minutes gone, it's tied at 7-7 here in Galloway Township.
Boy, what a run.
You'll like the way they do business at the Thomas H. Heist Insurance Agency. They're coastal insurance specialists with over 35 years experience. Flood, boat, auto, life, health. They offer it all at the Heist Agency with convenient offices in Ocean City, Margate, Egg Harbor Township, Marmora, and Vineland. Phone 609-399-0453. You'll always find them online at heistagency.com. Remember, Thomas H. Heist when you need insurance. In another game, doesn't involve any Cape Atlantic League teams, but a big game in South Jersey. Rancocas Valley leads Lenape 3-0. Those teams are both undefeated, and it's a very important game in South Jersey.
Can I take that comment I made about an inauspicious beginning?
It's suspicious now.
Yeah, right after that comment. I mean, they're facing 3rd and 17 after the bad snap, and the next thing you know, it's 7-7 about 20 seconds later.
Okay, now we'll see what happens. This is something Bud's curious about. What's going to happen on the next kickoff? Here's another score on the Atlanticare scoreboard. It's Triton 3, Middle Township 0. So field goals are raining elsewhere in South Jersey.
Well, I watched him kick a lot of those little 10 yards, an hour before the game.
Yeah.
I don't think this time you're going to see that.
He's on the different hash mark.
And he's back 10 yards.
Yep. Here comes Larkin approaching the ball. High end over end kick. And it is caught over the shoulder at the 5. He penetrated back to the 3, and he's going to be stopped at about the 12.
See, I do think that is the method to the madness. If you scout Ocean City and you see them do that little pooch kick a lot, and they kind of lull you to sleep with it a little bit, and then all of a sudden, you get one booted long, and he can kick it downfield pretty well.
That was Carnell Davis, who has the breakaway speed. He's a freshman, and maybe made a freshman error in judgment. Maybe could have let that go.
Well, the trouble is, if he lets it go and it doesn't go into the end zone, then he's got trouble.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
And he fielded it at the 5-yard line, and I guess he couldn't tell which way it was going to bounce. It's easy from up here.
Marcucci takes the snap, keeps it up the middle. He's across the 15 and out to about the 18-yard line for a gain of about 4.
See, again, this is one of those things where Glover's going to be in motion just about every play, and they're going to maybe 3-4 times. Marcucci's going to run the football, and the next thing you know, they try to catch the defense to suck in toward that, and then they'll give it to Glover going around one side or the other. Or he can pass off it. He did pass off it in the first series.
He did indeed. This time he's got it back to his right, Jaden Johnson. It's a slot to both sides. Move Johnson to the left side. Handoff into the line and maybe to the 19, almost 20-yard line. It'll be third down and approximately 4 yards to go.
Well, I think, you almost think at this point now that they'll either give it to Glover and let him run wide, which the Raiders defensed pretty well last time, or he'll throw off this. And that being said, the last 2 times on third down, it was a quarterback keeper, although Ocean City's stopped him running the last couple times as well.
Jaden Johnson comes out of the game. The Lucius Brown checks in, a junior wide receiver.
It's always a chess match between the offensive and defensive coaches.
Trips to the left, stack of receivers to the right. Marcucci back to throw, fires over the middle. The pass is caught for a first down by Josh Corsi at the 25-yard line. Just about a yard past the first down line.
Came off the line strong time, drove the defense back a little bit, stopped, turned around, knew exactly what he needed, got that maybe a half yard more, and ball thrown right in his chest.
He's a force. He has good hands and good speed, but he's also 6'3". So it presents more of a challenge to the typical defensive back. Marcucci's alone in the backfield. These quarterbacks are going to get lonely here. Takes the snap, drops back. He's going to scramble up the middle. He's got some room. He's at the 30, stops to try to cut back, and he's stopped there at the 32-yard line. Might have been better continuing to the left, but he stopped and his helmet comes off. Now the question is, was it pulled off? If it wasn't, he has to come out of the game. So Marcucci comes out of the game for one play.
Pick up 6, second and 4.
Well, I think what you're doing here defensively now, you're thinking run.
Yeah.
Because you're not bringing a guy in cold to throw a pass here on third down.
Sophomore Will Harnett is the guy, and he threw pretty well warming up. I was watching him.
They said third down, Tom. I'm not sure.
Second down,
right.
Second and about 4. Harnett has 2 backs in the backfield with him. It's a slot to the right, receiver to the left. Takes the snap, hands it off. Hit right away is Johnson. And it'll be third down now and about 5. Marcucci will come back in.
Yeah, again, I'm not saying that you definitely could key on that guy, but it certainly, law of averages was he was going to hand the ball off, and for the Raiders, Chad Dodano was right there to make sure that he wasn't going anywhere with the handoff. Now you're back to, let's see, what are we going to do here?
Yeah. 7-7 is the score. A lot of scoring by the quarterbacks. Each one scoring a touchdown in the first few minutes. Marcucci alone in the backfield. Slot left, trips right. It's back to throw. Being chased, there's a flag for a hold. We can see it from up here. Marcucci scrambles down the right side. He gets the first down out across the 40, but it's going to come back. They almost tackled the Ocean City defender.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Those flags came out pretty quickly.
And we don't usually see them because we're focusing on other things. Guess what? Nate Fondacaro has kicked a field goal for St. Augustine, and they lead Bridgeton 3-0 on the Atlantic Care scoreboard. So those 3 games we talked about, all with field goals, 3-0. Middle Township trails with the field goal. Rancocas Valley leads Lenape 3-0, and now St. Augustine leads Bridgeton 3-0. And here, we've got 2 pretty good kickers too. We might see a field goal in this game before we're over.
And the question is that Atlantic City, Egg Harbor Township has 6 points, so did they probably missed an extra point as opposed to kick 2 field goals?
Or went for 2. Again, alone in the backfield is Marcucci. Third down, about 21, 22 yards to go. He's back to throw. He's hit there and driven backwards. And a sack for Ocean City is going to bring about a punt. Ocean City's had a lot of sacks. They have sacked the opposing quarterback more this year than they did all of last year.
Alex Morales with the sack.
Oh, who just came back today.
Yes.
He missed the last 2 games. And Alex had a good defensive season last year. All right, punting from deep in the end zone. Good snap. Not much of a rush. Floats that ball Lashley calls a fair catch, and Ocean City will have it on the Absegami 44-yard line.
I always feel like that's the most difficult thing to do out here in football is field those punts with guys bearing down on you. Even when you're fair catching, you know they can't hit you. It's still 11 guys waiting for you to drop it.
That's Ocean City's 12th sack of the season. And by the way, Austin Green broke a school record in the last game with 4 sacks. And the old record held by Ernie Nelson and Pete Simon of 3.
I think he had all 4 in a space of about 5 minutes.
And it was almost a 5th. Feifel hands off Robertson off the right side, breaks through, and then is brought down as he goes across the 40 by Steve Wilkins, but he gains about 7 or 8 yards on the play.
Wilkins, a junior cornerback at 5'9", 173 pounds. Nice job. He doesn't make that tackle. It's 6 points.
Second and 3. No huddle, no time at all there. They give it to Robertson again, going to the right. This time he stopped at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd and about 3. 2 players tangled up right at the 35-yard line, both trying to get up without drawing a flag, but angry that they're all tangled up. 3rd and 3. Raiders ready to go quickly.
Absegami in a blitz last time.
Feifel takes a snap. Liam Bergman gets the ball, and he drives for a first down inside the 35 to about the 33 or 34.
When I said at the top that one of the keys I thought for Ocean City was defensively, would they be able to hold their own against a good passing attack? I think the line of scrimmage is another key.
Waiting for the snap is Feifel. Keeps it. And he may have driven ahead for a yard or 2 after being hit at the line of scrimmage.
And Spackman's helmet comes off. He's getting tangled up down there with Dante Cooper. It's been a couple plays in a row now. Those 2 guys are battling. Another field goal.
Muhammad Toure of Pleasantville kicked the field goal, and they lead Holy Spirit 3-0. So 4 field goals from 4 different games are the only points scored so far. Here's some more on the Atlantic Care scoreboard. Highland leads Buna 7-0. And in the game, another battle of undefeated teams in South Jersey, Timber Creek leads Eastern 7-0. Eastern just beat Absegami last week, and they are undefeated, but they're facing the #1 team in South Jersey this week. Vince Ionase, certified public accountant in Northfield, concentrates in the following areas: individual and business taxation, tax resolution services, bookkeeping and payroll, and sales taxes. Vince Ionase would like to wish all the players a successful and healthy season. The office of Vince Ionase is at 231 West Glen Cove Avenue at the corner of Route 9 in Northfield. Phone 609-677-4977. Vince Ionase wants to solve your tax and accounting problems. Here we go, Ocean City, 2nd and about 8. The pitch to Bergman going right. He slices it across the 30 down to about the 28. 1 flag as he made his cut, and another flag comes in after the play.
Probably going to be a hold against Ocean City here.
We'll see. The officials are coming together.
You know, I like to guess.
2 different flags, both at different times. We'll see if that means anything. We had that earlier, and there were offsetting penalties. The play stood, but the penalties cancel each other out.
Well, one is from the head linesman.
Referee pointing to the sideline. Here comes his signal.
I think they're asking if they want the penalty. They're asking the Absegami coaching staff if they want the penalty or not.
Personal foul. Well, he signaled personal foul, but not who? Against Ocean City. And holding against Ocean City. So they're just trying to decide which one to take. They'll take the personal foul. I guess it depends on where it took place. But so Ocean City's going to be in the hole. They're in Absegami territory, but it's going to be 2nd and long. We're assuming. They didn't get a whole lot on the play.
Well,
they're talking it over. Dennis Scuderi, they're stepping it off now. So the ball's going to end up around the 44-yard line. And they've got to get to about the 24-yard line. So
well, last time they had 3rd and 20. They converted. This time it's only 2nd and 20. There's a little too much extracurricular stuff going on. That's the second or third personal foul penalty already.
2nd 20, a little more than 20. Alone in the backfield is Feifel. He's going right up the middle. He avoids one tackle. He breaks out of another, and he gets back to about the 35. The ball came loose. We haven't had a signal yet, but it looked like the ball came loose. Yep, no, Absegami has recovered a fumble. That's the first fumble turnover by Ocean City this year. And Absegami will take over on its own 36-yard line.
Yeah, right at the end of the play, and I guess they were waiting to see if they were going to call him down prior to the fumble or not. But a big turnover there. Absegami's going to pick up the football at their own 36-yard line. The penalty really hurt. You got to be a little more disciplined. These personal foul penalties are just, you know, they might make you feel good because you got a shot in here or there, but it doesn't do anything for the team.
They've played, the first quarter is over at Ed Burns Stadium in Pleasantville, leading Holy Spirit 3-0.
Wow.
Marcucci with 2 backs in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands it off, and hit behind the line of scrimmage at the 35 and driven back. So it'll be 2nd and 11. Also, Bridgeton has scored and now leads St. Augustine 6-3. Interesting things happening on the Atlantic Care scoreboard.
Well, you know, Tom, a team that's not favored, and obviously Pleasantville's not favored despite the fact that they're 3-0. The longer they hang in, the more confidence they get with each down that's played. So they've played a quarter of football. They've shut Holy Spirit out in the first quarter. You know, that just goes a long way towards some momentum.
Trips to the right, slot to the left. Marcucci, slot back in motion. Gives him the ball, trying to get to the outside. It's Corsi. He can motor. Spins out of a tackle. He's got the first down. He carries the tackler, runs out of another tackle, and he's inside the 35-yard line.
Boy, what a great run. Certainly.
We told you that he was the #1 pass receiver among Cape Atlantic football players in yardage. He also has returned to kickoff for a touchdown, and he showed some of those skills right there. Ball's on the Ocean City 31-yard line. We're in the final 10 seconds of the first quarter. He went out of bounds, though. Here's another update on the Atlantic Care scoreboard. Middle Township has scored and got the 2-point conversion. They lead Triton 8-3. Double slot formation. No, trips to the left. Marcucci. Here's Corsi in motion again. This time he keeps it. Marcucci up the middle, inside the 30, down to maybe the 27-yard line. As we end the first quarter here at Absegami High School in Galloway Township. The game of the week produced by Prime Events on 106.3 The Shore, brought to you by Atlantic Care. Shore True Value Hardware in Summers Point hopes that you'll continue to shop locally. They offer friendly service and expert advice. At Shore Hardware, they'll do anything to help. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. till 7 p.m., Saturdays until 6, and Sundays from 8 until 4. Help is just around the corner at Shore True Value Hardware, 515 New Road in Summers Point. Phone 609-927-6464 or visit them online at shorehardware.com. At Wiesenthal's Auto Service in Ocean City, their staff will repair your vehicle and prevent potential problems. Call them at 609-399-9741 to schedule an appointment. No matter where you live, it's worth a trip to Ocean City to keep your vehicle operating properly. Don, Glenn, the legendary Al, and Chris the Rockstar will handle all of your repairs. Wiesenthal's Auto Service, 9th and West, right in the center of Ocean City. And the Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center has a newly renovated saltwater pool, strength and conditioning equipment, cardio machines, and fantastic aerobic and water exercise classes. The Aquatic and Fitness Center is open weekdays 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturdays 7 till 6, and Sundays from 9 until 6. Phone 609-398-6900 for more information, or visit ocnj.us/recreation. All right, it's second and about 7. Ball's right on the 30. Oh, excuse me, inside the 30. Here comes motion from the right side. It's Corsi. Marcucci keeps it. Flag on the play. He's pushed backwards. They got to pay attention to Corsi now.
Yep.
And that's going to theoretically open things up for Marcucci, but it really hasn't happened in the last 2 plays.
I think you're going to get a hold again.
Yep, that'll move Absegami back.
Or they may not. They should take the penalty.
Yeah, you got to be aware of field goal position in a game like this too.
Correct. You know, they ran Glover on that man in motion most of the time, and it's a man in motion where he's coming from a wide out spot almost, and he comes in motion in front of the quarterback.
Right.
So you got to wonder if at some point, if they have the timing, would they direct snap the ball to him as he's running by.
We told you that Bridgeton scored to lead St. Augustine. Well, Shamir Collins returned the kickoff for a touchdown. St. Augustine goes on top by a score of 10-6. All that on the Atlantic Care scoreboard. All right, back to his left, double slot formation. Marcucci takes his snap, drops back under pressure. He sees some room up the middle, stops, fires down the middle. It's caught by Corsi. Corsi's at the 10, and he's diving close to the goal line and not in for the touchdown. It looked like he signaled touchdown, the official, but I don't think he was. He was stopping play. The ball's on the 1.
I thought he kind of lost the ball out of bounds there at the end of the run. But he did. The hit knocked the ball out of bounds. Brandon Lashley's hit right about at the 1-yard line, knocked the ball loose, went out of bounds. I think that's what the official was waving.
So it's first and goal for Absegami, just outside the 1-yard line. 7-7 the score with 11:15 remaining in the first half. Back Johnson to the right of Marcucci. It's a double slot formation. Marcucci's going to keep, hits off the right side. He's driven back. Did he penetrate far enough? Apparently not. Second down.
Well, as you go back to the play previously, Marcucci had a lot of sense about him. He scrambled out of what looked like a big loss and just stopped short of the line of scrimmage and completed that pass.
Line up tight here, and they dive into the end zone for the touchdown. Lined up almost like they're going to take a knee. Real tight formation, and Marcucci dove into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, he actually dove around the pile, so to speak. Looked like it was going to be a rugby scrum, or like you said, Tom, like they're going to take a knee. Everybody locked in really, really tightly. He took the snap and went around the pile for an easy touchdown.
13-7. Zach Sterr on the kick. He awaits the snap. It's high, but they get it down. The kick is high enough. It hits the upright, but goes through.
Wow.
And the upright is still shaking. To give you an idea how hard he kicks them.
Both uprights are shaking. I give a lot of credit to the hold there, Tom.
Absolutely.
Because that was it was a high snap. He got the ball down.
I think it's Will Harned that held the ball. But at any rate, a good kick by Sterr makes it 14-7 Absegami with 10:50 left in the first half. Game of the week produced by Prime Events on 106.3 The Shore, brought to you by Atlantic Care. Atlantic Care Urgent Care Centers located throughout South Jersey, staffed with board-certified providers, registered nurses, and x-ray technologists. They provide care for non-life-threatening emergencies and illnesses 7 days a week, including holidays, without an appointment or long wait times. X-ray and lab services are right on site. The unexpected happens. It's the urgent care you know you can trust. For a complete list of hours and locations, visit atlanticcare.org/urgent. Well, the Cape Atlantic League's leading rusher, Elijah Gray, the sophomore from Holy Spirit, has scored. And with about 9 minutes left in the first half on the Atlantic Care scoreboard, Holy Spirit leads Pleasantville 6-3. Things developing. Lenape now leads Rancocas Valley 7-3 in a battle of unbeatens. And of course, that's a big game. They're in the same division. No, I don't think they are in the same division, but they're both Group 5 schools. Really big game. All right, Stir's going to kick off. Ocean City plants Josh Rolls pretty much right on the goal line. High end-over-end kick, and it is taken at the 1. I thought he stepped into the end zone, but keeping his balance is Robertson out across the 25 to about the 29. I thought he caught the ball and stepped back into the end zone. Apparently not. Referee was right there.
Yep, he was right there. I wasn't sure. And obviously for people who, I guess if you're listening to the game, you understand some of the high school rules. In high school, you cannot return a kickoff from the end zone, unlike pros in college.
Right.
You don't see much return in pros anymore because they're all kicking the ball so deep. But in high school, if the ball is in the end zone, you cannot return it.
Ocean City ready to go from its own 30-yard line, call it. Shift the tight end and the wing back to the left side. Keeping Feifel, spins out of a tackle, shoots out across the 35 and maybe to the 38-yard line.
Pickup of about 9. And I think he's probably carried the ball 3/4 of the run so far to this point. We're just 2 minutes almost into the second quarter.
Ocean City's leading ground gainer on the season. Second and about a yard. Feifel takes the snap, hands it off. And it looks like they have the first down. Not a whole lot gained by Bergman, but he got across the 40 for the first down.
I think the Raiders want to run the ball. You know, you read about the Eagles the last few weeks where people are talking about they want to run the ball, and they have been successful running the ball, and the offensive linemen. Everybody gets pumped up when you can move the ball on the ground.
First and 10 at the 41. Feifel takes the snap, hands it off inside, and driving out across the 45 to the 46 for about a 5-yard gain is Robertson.
And if you could get 5 yards on every play, you would never have third down. Of course, last week they went, the first 8 plays and got first downs.
On every play, yep. Second and 5. Ocean City at their own 46, trailing 14-7. Feifel keeps it, going left. He looks like he fell for the first down out across the 50 to about the 48 or 49-yard line, but we'll wait and see.
Boy,
first down.
Somebody in the interior of that Ocean City line picked up a blitz very, very well. It's coming from the linebacker position right in that center guard tackle area. Good pickup.
First and 10 at the 49 of Absegami. Feifel hands off to Bergman, going left. Bergman has some room, and he's tripped up at the last second as he hits the 40-yard line. Falls in close to the first down. We'll see. One more step, and he was gone. Another
good tackle. That was Steve Wilkins again. He saved a couple touchdowns.
Second and 1. Feifel hands it off inside. And a first down inside the 35 to about the 33 or 34-yard line.
I'll go back to what I was saying before. You can run the football. Basically what your offensive linemen are saying is, hey, you know what? We're dominating you here at the line of scrimmage, and we're going to wear you down. And that makes them want to run the ball more.
Robertson on that carry, and he was right behind Dan Oberzinski. Oh, ball on the ground. On the, I think it was going to be a fake, and Feifel was going to keep it, but it dropped to the ground. He covered it. Maybe a loss of a yard, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Call it 2nd and 11. Oberzinski is 6'5", 302-pound junior for Ocean City.
Well, he's the biggest man out there on that line for sure. We can tell that even from all the way up here.
2nd and 11. Ocean City at the 35 of Absegami. And now there's a shift and a whistle.
It's a flag.
Encroachment, apparently when they shifted, somebody from Absegami came across. So it'll become 2nd and 6.
Yeah, so they get back the yard they lost on the previous play, plus 4 more.
Atlantic Care scoreboard, Mohamed Touré with a 34-yard touchdown run. Pleasantville leads Holy Spirit 9-6. Touré has had a tremendous season, kicking, running. Now, what's this? Is this a timeout? Yep, timeout is called. 7:50 remaining in the first half. At least I think there's a timeout. The managers started on with the water, but they were chased back. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Why are they teams huddling, but they won't let them bring the managers on?
I think at first there was an injury timeout, but the player, I think it was an Ocean City lineman, got up right away. And then I thought it was they were allowing a timeout, but maybe not.
All right. 2nd and 6. The ball at the 30, just outside the 30. Feifel hands it off, and there's nothing there. Good defense by Absegami, plugging the hole. And there was no place for Robertson to go.
Robertson, the ball carrier.
And again, once you know, you got to give the defense credit once in a while. They, you know, you're running the football. They're going to stop you once in a while, and there was a good defensive play by Absegami's interior line.
3rd and about 6. By himself in the backfield. Feifel throws a swing pass out to Lashley. Lashley behind a block down the sideline. Blocked by Shawcross. He's out of bounds, and he looks like he's got enough for the first down. He does.
Real good block as Shawcross had a man one-on-one. He had the block to free Lashley. Lashley read the block, went to the outside, and allowed Lashley to pick up an extra 4 or 5 yards.
Slot to the left, wing back to the right side. Right up the middle, Feifel. He spins down to the 20. Nice gain on the play. You know, coming into this game, Brandon Lashley averaged 42.5 yards per catch.
That almost looked like he wasn't ready for that snap. I kind of thought that he was still looking things over when the ball was snapped, and yet the linemen were moving. So I don't know. That just looked funny.
Gain of almost 4. Feifel gives to Robertson going left. Robertson sees some room. Robertson pulls out of a tackle, and he's down to about the 11-yard line.
Close to the first down.
He's got the first down. I hope, because they're moving the chains.
Yep.
And Absegami's going to spend the timeout. So Ocean City on the move, started on their own 29. They're down to the 11 of Absegami, but trailing 14-7 in this game. Interstate Batteries in Egg Harbor Township is now the 10th largest in the country, bringing their excellent service to 7 counties in South Jersey. They not only have a battery for your car, but your boat, RV, motorcycle, ATV, truck, power chair, or golf cart. Interstate Batteries, America's #1 replacement battery, 6064 Riga Avenue, Egg Harbor Township. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. Phone them at 609-646-5008. If you need a battery, you'll find it at Interstate Batteries. Tested and trusted. They're outrageously dependable. Pat Smith has scored a touchdown. The freshman from St. Augustine. They now lead Bridgeton 17-6 on the Atlantic Care scoreboard. Ocean City, 1st and 10 at the 11 of Absegami. Feifel with a back to his left, a slot to the left. Hands the ball off. Robertson to maybe the 9, a gain of about 2.
So they can get a first down until, what, about the 2-3 yard line.
Sean Stewart on the stop of Ivan Robertson.
I said this would probably be a close football game, Tom, and it's certainly been a close first half.
Certainly has. 2nd and 8. Ball on the 9. And a flag.
Well, that's somebody on the line move one side or the other.
The initial signal's encroachment. Let's see. Yep. 5-yard penalty against Absegami.
It almost seems like somebody must be lining up in the neutral zone there. I haven't seen anybody move. Certainly benefits the Raiders.
So the ball is down around the 5-yard line, maybe the 4. Ocean City switching people back and forth, but now they're going to spend a timeout because too much was going on there. 5:56 left first half. It's 14-7 Absegami. Ocean City threatening. Game of the week produced by Prime Events on 106.3 The Shore, brought to you by Atlantic Care. If you live in Cape May County and you're having problems with an appliance, your next call should be to Ulmer's Appliance Service. Dryers, refrigerators, ranges, washers, dishwashers, disposals, you name it. Ulmer's can repair it, and they service most major brands. Ulmer's Appliance Service has offices in Ocean City, Wildwood, Seaville, and Sea Isle City. There's one close to you. Phone 609-399-4398 for more information. Ulmer's Appliance Service. Carl Julian has scored another touchdown. They don't have a 16-3 now. Middle Township leading Triton. That's on the Atlantic Care scoreboard. Now they shift the tight end and the wing back to the left side. Feifel takes the snap. He's going that way. Avoids the first tackle. Sidesteps another, and he's down close to the goal line. Down, the official signals down before he got in, so it's going to be at about the 1, but it could be a first down.
Yeah, they've dropped the chains. They're moving the down marker. So what a great individual effort, because an Absegami player had him in the backfield, and Feifel was able to avoid the tackle, get up to the line of scrimmage, do a little spin move, and get himself down to about the 2-yard line. Just a great individual effort there.
Now they put the chains up again. But
why?
I don't know. Because the ball seems to be spotted inside that.
You know what? It looks like about, now they're saying like 3rd and an inch.
No, now they put him down again. Now the officials are stopping the clock themselves. I'm not sure what they're going to do.
They're going to talk about it.
I guess.
Well, they want to.
Both teams are going to the sidelines.
They're going to measure.
Oh, they're going to measure. So we'll see what happens here.
First appearance this year of the Chain Gang. Chain Gang, this is Kevin Robinson. This is a very good one.
First down. So the Raiders will have that first down and goal to go on about the, 2-yard line, I guess. See where they end up putting that down marker. Looks like might be a little further out than that.
Timber Creek has scored again, and the Atlantic Care scoreboard, they lead Eastern 21-3. All right, here we go. Ocean City first and goal at the 1. Straight ahead for the touchdown. So Ocean City has a chance to tie it here. Keith Larkin, who's 9 for 9 on the season.
Well, that time they took the ball for the snap from under center. Not sure if it was Feifel or someone else in there, Tom.
Larkin trying to tie the score here. Ball down, the kick is up. It's high enough. It's good. He's 10 for 10 on the year. And we're tied here. 14-14 with 5:39 left in the first half at Absegami. Game of the week produced by Prime Events on 106.3 The Shore, brought to you by Atlantic Care. You need a sign? Well, you need Captain Charlie. Captain Charlie uses Blue Water Graphics and Cape Signs to create signs for real estate and other businesses. They do construction site signs and window lettering for your business. They can also provide the lettering for your van, truck, car, or boat. You can reach Blue Water Graphics at 609-823-8891. And Cape Signs, 856 506-0610. Signs, banners, vehicles, windows, they can supply whatever lettering you need at Blue Water Graphics and Cape Signs.
5:39 here remaining in a very entertaining and a lot of good running by both teams for our 14-14 score. And once again, we'll see how Larkin wants to kick this, or how the coaches want him to kick it, we should say.
They probably don't leave it up to him.
I'm sure they don't. He's coming to the right hash mark. The first kickoff he had was to the right hash mark. That he kicked 10 yards. The second one he kicked from the left hash mark. Now he's back 10 yards again.
Here comes the kick, a little skip before he kicks it. And it's going to carry inside the 5 to about the 4. That's Corsi. Corsi's at the 20, at the 25, down the sidelines, and he's hit at the 40. Good return by Josh Corsi, one of the real weapons among Cape Atlantic League football teams. And Absegami's going to put it into play at about their own 39. Yeah.
Yeah, actually Larkin had to make the tackle there, Tom, and boy, as you said, Corsi's just such a weapon for Absegami with the running game, with the return game. He catches passes.
Marcucci in the backfield, trips to the right, receiver. Here comes Corsi in motion. Corsi gets it. He runs through a tackle, but he's hit just across the line of scrimmage and falls out to maybe the 42-yard line.
Boy, really good tackle over there.
Rancocas Valley has just scored, now leads Lenape 10-7 in this big battle of top 10 teams on the Atlantic Care scoreboard.
Love to give credit where credit's due, Tom. I thought that was Morales. Again, we're operating from quite a distance here, but
second and about 7. Trips to the left. Actually, there's 4 receivers out to the left and 1 to the right. Marcucci rolling left. There's a flag. Illegal procedure against Absegami, and there's no doubt the Braves have hurting themselves with penalties. Ocean City had done that in the first few games, but Absegami is hurting itself.
Yeah, ever since that Raider personal foul penalty earlier on, they've been penalty free here in this football game.
(14-14) with about 4 minutes and 40 seconds left. Josh Zamat has just run in for a touchdown. Holy Spirit leads Pleasantville 12-9 late in the first half.
Nobody can make an extra point?
Well, no, I guess Pleasantville kicked a field goal, but they didn't get the extra point. Marcucci back to throw. Settles in, fires sideline. It's caught close to, and he's got the first down across the 50 to about the 47-yard line. So Marcucci had a little bit of time there. He was able to settle in, and Corsi made the play. Ball's at the 49 of Ocean City.
Again, knew exactly where he needed to be as far as the chains were concerned. Marcucci throws the ball hard, and he gets it there in a hurry. And the two of them have hooked up on more than one occasion here in the first half.
The key is to give him time.
Yep.
Ocean City has been rushing him, but he had time then. He's got it back to his right, trips to the left, receiver to the right. They shift that back to his left. Here goes Marcucci up the middle. He's hit at the right at the line of scrimmage and maybe falls ahead for a yard.
Yeah, and the back was Rashawn Brumfield, a 6'3", 211-pound junior, and he was in there for one reason and one reason only, and that was the block, because that was a dedicated quarterback run right from the get-go. And Brumfield was leading that play into the line of scrimmage. The Raiders defense did well, only a couple-yard gain. I think you'll see him put the ball up here. 3.5 minutes left here in the half. They want to get another score, obviously.
Tied at 14. Both of these teams need this win to stay strong in their respective group rankings. Back to throw, Marcucci avoids the pressure. He's going to run. Runs to the sideline, tripped up at the 45, falls to about the 43, maybe 42-yard line. He'll be about 3 or 4 yards short of the first down.
Well, when the Raiders have had good defensive coverage in that downfield, Marcucci's been able to scramble away from pressure and pick up some decent yardage. I think that's been the key here. There have been several plays where, again, the Raiders had good coverage downfield and he had everybody to throw to, but he found a lane to avoid the pass rush and pick up some yardage.
Freshman Pat Smith has scored again for St. Augustine. They lead Bridgeton 24-6 on the Atlantic Air scoreboard. A lot of good young players. Gray at Holy Spirit. Smith up there at St. Augustine. Marcucci alone in the backfield. He's hit and he's going to go down. A sack, and guess who? Austin Green.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's his 5th of the season. He had 4 in the last game, a new school record, and that makes it 4th and about 12.
I got confused there for a second because he wasn't wearing that number last week.
Yeah, Austin is one of 2 players that has a different number home and away.
He got in there in a hurry. Big defensive play.
Punt from the 35. Ocean City has 2 people back. And they punt it toward the sidelines. It's inside the 25 and out of bounds right around the 22-yard line.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what the Raiders do here, Tom. I think Kevin Smith would be content to go into the locker room in a 14-14 tie. I mean, it's not like he's got the ball in Absegami territory.
Ocean City starts with the ball.
Unofficially, I think they have 1 timeout left, maybe 2. I don't see him throwing the ball downfield here right away. But I do see him with that running game trying to pick up some good yardage.
1st and 10 on the 22. Feifel rolling right, throws a pass, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it there to Bill Kroger. Couldn't pull it in. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yep. Safe pass. I mean, it was a little 5-yard out, and Feifel was on the move to throw it to him. Just wasn't able to connect.
Feifel takes a snap. Hands it off inside. Spinning to the outside is Robertson. He's grabbed by the shirt and pulled to the ground at the 30. About 2.5 yards short of the first down. Feifel firing up the team. Get going. He knows there's only 1 minute and 14 seconds left.
Thing is, they don't make this first down. They're giving the ball back with 1 minute to go or less.
Right.
So I said I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders were content to go into halftime at 14-14.
They're at 1 minute now. Feifel takes a snap, keeps it rolling right, cuts behind a block, sheds another tackler, pulls across the 40, and he's out to the 43 for a first down.
Well, I tell you, if he wasn't a quarterback, he would be an outstanding running back. He picks his holes so well and is able to make that quick move right or left.
Well, he would have been a great target for Andrew Donahue if he could have played last year. He's a terrific receiver, too. But that's the one thing he can't do is throw a ball to himself. It's trips to the left, slot to the right. Feifel back to throw. Left side, sort of a screen, bringing a wide receiver hooking back toward him. And it's complete. That's Josh Rolls. He picks up about 9. And timeout is called by Ocean City.
Yeah, lost 3 or 4 seconds there, trying to decide, I guess, whether to use that. That may be their last timeout.
23 seconds left in the first half. And Egg Harbor Township has just, and Atlantic City have both scored. But this time Egg Harbor Township got the extra point. So late in the third quarter, it's Atlantic City 13, Egg Harbor Township 13 on the Atlantic Care scoreboard. That would be a disastrous loss for Atlantic City because they're right in the playoff picture. Egg Harbor Township is not, but they need to win that game, Egg Harbor Township being a Group 5 school. 23 seconds left. It's tied at 14.
I was going to say, Tom, I think that may have been Ocean City's last time out, or they would have called one prior. So if they...
Here we go. He's alone in the backfield, Feifel. Awaiting the snap. Has some time. Rolls to the left. Passes down the left sideline, incomplete. So it's 3rd and 1 with 16 seconds left.
Yeah, at some point, you know, he just wanted to make sure that pass wasn't intercepted. Nobody open. Absegami now in that prevent defense. Got to try to find a seam in the middle of that zone, get close enough for the field goal, but not a lot of time left.
3rd and 1. Feifel takes it up the middle. He's got the first down, pulls out of a tackle, runs into an official, and gets down to about the 31-yard line with 7.8 seconds left. The clock stops because the chains have to move.
They don't have any timeouts left. They're going to have to spike the ball here.
They're ready, too. And he does. Spikes the ball. 6.6 seconds. The chains were nowhere near ready. They're still not set.
Well, the guy with the first down with the yardage marker was set. I guess that's all they really
unless he'd have gained.
Yeah.
If they'd have gained on that play, then they would have been in trouble because they wouldn't only have one marker. So anyway, 6.6 seconds left in the half. It's tied at 14. Ocean City inside the Absegami 35. Feifel back to throw. Steps up. Fires it deep into the end zone. It's tipped around and incomplete with zeros on the clock. We've got a tie game at the half.
Yeah, he threw a jump ball into the end zone, and they just needed about 10 more seconds to get about 10 or 15 more yards maybe on a play, and then an opportunity for a field goal. But pretty exciting first half, Tom, and it ends fittingly in a 14-14 score as the two teams head for the locker room.
Game of the Week produced by Prime Events on 106.3 The Shore, brought to you by Atlanticare. We'll be back with some halftime, but right now we'll take time out for this message. Tom Williams, Bud Rink. We're here in Galloway Township at Absegami High School, where we're tied at halftime, 14-14, Ocean City and Absegami. Ocean City comes in 2-1, Absegami 1-3. They're both in the playoff picture. Ocean City's in a little stronger position in Group 3 than they are in Group 4. Let's update the Atlanticare scoreboard. It's 13-13, Egg Harbor Township and Atlantic City. Middle Township leads Triton 16-3. Highland over Buena 7-0. St. Augustine leads Bridgeton 24-6. Rancocas Valley leads Lenape 10-7 in the game of the week in South Jersey. Hamilton leads Cherokee 14-0 in what would be a surprise. And Pleasantville has just scored to take a 15-12 lead over Holy Spirit with 4 seconds left in the first half. And it was Samir Jones, the transfer from Mainland, who threw that 8-yard touchdown pass. So that kind of brings you up to date. Don't forget Oakcrest is at St. Joe's tomorrow afternoon.
I did find out from Bill Shawcross there at halftime that Ocean City's second touchdown on a quarterback sneak was indeed Feifel's. wasn't sure. You just couldn't tell. They got up under center real quick, and they got up in there tightly. I couldn't tell if it was him or not. And then, you know, they did the typical once you start pushing your way in, guys come in behind you. So it's kind of difficult to see from up here, but Feifel did get that second touchdown as well. So he has both touchdowns for the Raiders.
6-4.
We'll correct that score. Pleasantville did get a 2-point conversion, so it's actually 17-12. Pleasantville leading.
We have a Cedar Creek and Mainland 35-0, and I think the way I read this is Cedar Creek is leading in that football game.
That would be expected.
Please welcome the 2017 Absegami.
So that's a running clock if that holds up into the second half. Absegami band setting up what is always an outstanding halftime performance here in Galloway Township. Let's recap what happened here in the first half. It didn't take long, less than 3 minutes into the half, a touchdown run of 18 yards by Andrew Marcucci. An extra point good by Zach Sturr gave Absegami a 7-0 lead. It took even less for Ocean City to come back, about a minute and a half. Second play after the kickoff, Harry Feifel went 70 yards for a touchdown. Keith Larkin tied it with the extra point. Then with 10:50 left in the first half, Marcucci scored again from the 1-yard line. Sturr kicked the extra point. And with 5:39 left in the half, Feifel scored again from the 1-yard line, and Larkin kicked the extra point. So the quarterbacks have scored all 4 touchdowns in this game, and it's been, as Bud expected it to be at the start, even. Ocean City and Absegami.
You know, Tom, I think the key play, and obviously a 70-yard touchdown run by Feifel is a key play, but to me, the 3rd and 20 play where they complete a 21-yard pass, that prior to the 70-yard run, that was the key in that series right there, because you just don't expect to, you know, to get a first down on a 3rd and 20, and the pass completion gives them new life and then allows them to run the next play for 70 yards or 2-3 plays later for 70 yards. And you know, that was just a really key play here in the first half for the Raiders. I think both defenses have played well. Raiders got a couple of real good quarterback sacks, the one coming from Austin Green there at the end that would take Absegami out of any ability to get close enough for a field goal range, because we've talked about Zach Sturr having such a strong leg, and you know, they get the ball to the 30-yard line, 35-yard line, they're going to bring him out there on the field, and you know, he has that ability. If you've ever been out here to Absegami, you know that the track runs pretty far behind the goalpost, and then there's a fence on the other side of the track, and he darn near kicked the first one extra point over the fence. So he does have a very strong leg, and the sack prevented them from getting you know, maybe 10 more yards or 15 yards to give him another shot at it.
Tomorrow is a big day in Ocean City. The fall block party runs from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You're not going to have much success going east and west between 5th and 14th Streets, because Asbury Avenue is blocked off. But there's over 400 crafters with food, music, and lots more, including Johnson's Popcorn, what's up on the boardwalk, and they have a block party stand in front of the Crown Bank at 8th and Asbury. It's Customer Appreciation Day, and the first 100 customers at the block party will get a Halloween one-day only 2-for-1. An opportunity to take advantage of reduced prices at Johnson's Popcorn as they appreciate their customers. And that will take place during the fall block party, which is happening in Ocean City tomorrow. It's a great event. There's lots of things going on, but if you're not going, you want to try to get your shopping and your driving and your visit to the post office and so forth done before 9 a.m. and maybe even before that, because they'll have it all set up.
Yeah, and you want to use Bay Avenue as much as possible, and then, you know, head down to around, I don't know, it's safest to head down around 20th Street one direction and, you know, 1st Street in the other before you cut across town, and then get down as close to the boardwalk as possible, because the center of town is just packed, and always lots of good food.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, certainly Johnson's popcorn, but lots of good gyros and hoagies and pizzas and just lots of great stuff.
All kinds of stuff. By the way, congratulations to former Ocean City star Pete Lambert on his 100th coaching win at Egg Harbor Township in soccer. Today they beat Atlantic Tech 2-1. The week after, well, actually 2 weeks from this weekend, is Red and White Alumni Weekend in Ocean City. On Friday, there's a pregame picnic rally at 4 o'clock on 6th Street behind Ocean City High School, right at Carey Stadium, with food, drinks, music. Get your face painted, and you know, you wear your red and white. It's $5 a person, a bargain. What are you gonna get painted on your face this year? That one year you were Jack Nicklaus.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, the game with Mainland starts at 6 o'clock, and that's always a great game to have for Red and White Weekend. And wing night at the Deauville Inn following the game. Then on Saturday, October the 21st, the 1997 class, the class of 97, will hold its 25th reunion. Excuse me, 20th reunion. And all those details have been made available to the members of the class. And then on Sunday, October 22nd, 2 weeks from Sunday, is the Hall of Fame induction ceremony at the Hughes Performing Arts Center in the high school. The ceremony is free. The luncheon to follow, the reception in the cafeteria is $20 a person. So there's lots of things going on. If you want to buy those tickets to that reception in advance, you contact Vince Levy at the athletic office at Ocean City High School. But lots of things going on the weekend of the 20th through the 22nd.
I will be attending a class reunion with my wife in a couple of weeks. And it's a very, very big class reunion for her at Mainland High School. And if I tell what number it is, she'd probably shoot me. So I won't, but it's a big one.
Well, if it's very big, it must be 50.
It's big. I'm just saying it's big.
Well,
50's big, isn't it?
Yeah, are they trying to keep this a secret?
No. There's a lot of people signed up.
There's also the 55th reunion of Ocean City, or Mainland. 55th reunion of Mainland. That was the first class that graduated from Mainland 55 years ago. They're having a reunion, and they're at the game tonight. Cedar Creek is winning 35-0 the last time we looked, but there's a bunch of people there, and a whole lot of those people went to Ocean City. Most of those people, well, no, not most, but a whole lot of them went to Ocean City for their first 3 years of school and then graduated from Mainland. So a lot of alumni stuff going on.
You know, one of my favorite shirts that I got one year, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, at that little mini block party, we'll call it, before the game, was a red T-shirt that said, "I'm from the old school."
And it's a picture of the drawing of the old high school?
Correct.
That's a great looking building when you look at the old high school, the classic building. Woodstown High School looks like that, except they've got a driveway out front and everything. It's the kind of shot that you would see in the old time movies and stuff, but they're classic designs. You need a sign? Well, you need Captain Charlie. Captain Charlie uses Blue Water Graphics and Cape Signs to create signs for real estate and other businesses. They do construction site signs and window lettering for your business. They can also provide the lettering for your van, truck, car, or boat. You can reach Blue Water Graphics at 609-823-8891. Cape Signs is at 856-506-0610. Signs, banners, vehicles, windows, they can supply whatever lettering you need at Blue Water Graphics and Cape Signs. The Storage Inn, is a family-owned business started more than 3 decades ago. They're at 9th Street and West Avenue in Ocean City. The Storage Inn has over 40 different sizes to meet all your storage needs, both personal and commercial. The Storage Inn is open 7 days a week with 24-hour, 7-day security. Call 609-391-1416 for Storage Inn, also located in Egg Harbor Township, or visit storageinn.net. Their managers are on site to assist you. The Storage Inn of Egg Harbor Township and Ocean City. If you're listening on the radio, you can watch by going to oceancitysports.com. Next week, Ocean City will be at Middle Township, and that's a 6 o'clock start in Cape May Courthouse. And we'll have all the play-by-play here on 106.3 The Shore. Trying to update the Delsey has built up a 35-0 lead in their game. They just lost in overtime to Holy Spirit last week and had to give up a victory on a forfeit to Cedar Creek. But they're winning the night. And Timber Creek is beating Eastern 34-3. Eastern came in undefeated. Timber Creek undefeated and ranked #1 and proving it again tonight. Their outstanding quarterback, Leary, is going to North Carolina State. He already holds South Jersey records for passing yardage and touchdown passes. He's still got half his senior year to go.
Wow.
But the quarterbacks have been the story here, but running with the ball. They both have 2 rushing touchdowns, both extra points good for each team, and it's 14-0 here at intermission.
You see Larkin out there, Tom, and they place on the ball at the 25-yard line, so he's kicking 35-yard field goals.
Millville, Vineland, and Lower Cape May are all idle this week. Millville and Vineland, of course, both 4-0. Who knows if they're on a collision course or not. They play on Thanksgiving. Some people think they may end up playing in the Group 5 championship game a week later. But that depends on how they end up seeding. But they're Millville's #2, Vineland's #6. They're definitely strong contenders. And Lower Cape May has the week off after getting their first win over beating Wildwood last week. It was the 16th time in a row that Lower Cape May beat Wildwood. Last time Wildwood won was in 1981. What were you doing in 1981?
Teaching.
Probably had a good baseball team.
Yeah, I was coaching baseball in 81 till about 84, I guess. I'm not good with remembering years exactly, but I think that's about right.
Yeah, Larkin's kicking a 35-yard field goal here. Just getting that leg stretched out in case it's needed. And we talked about it at the beginning with 2 good kickers, or quite frankly, a good kicker and a great kicker. It was definitely possible it could come down to them. And now that it's 14-14 at the half, those possibilities increase, I guess.
Well, I think if either team had gotten another 10, 15 yards from where they were late in that first half, they would have at least attempted that kick. You know, the Raiders just ran out of time. They needed maybe 10 more yards, and had they been able to get that 10 yards, maybe 15, I think they would have trotted Larkin out there. And I said earlier when we started the second half intermission, the sack, green sack of Marcucci really took them out of field goal range or any opportunity they had to complete, you know, a third down or even go for it on fourth down to try to get him within field goal range. So those were a couple big plays at the end of the half. So I agree with you. I won't be surprised if this game gets decided by a field goal, but it'd be interesting to see what the teams do, you know, in the locker room at halftime to try to counter what the other team has done.
Nazim Darius scored on a 5-yard run for Atlantic City, their quarterback, and they now lead Egg Harbor Township on the Atlantic Care scoreboard 19-13 with 5:07 remaining in the football game. Atlantic City's won their first 2 games right at the end, and they're putting themselves in a position to possibly do it again tonight.
You know, here we are again, 10 seconds left on the rundown clock, and neither team on the field. We talked about this last week. I thought you had to be out here and ready to go after warming up for 2 or 3 minutes before that clock ran down to zeros.
I thought so too.
And now it's down to 0 right now, and neither team is anywhere.
I think you are permitted to work. If you tell or ask the officials, you are permitted to work out, stretch, and everything else somewhere else, and then come in and just to go out and start the second half. But I don't know that that's been done by both these teams. I don't know what the purpose of it would be.
Yeah, I don't know either, because the field's lighted. Back there is not lighted.
That's right.
So
we're here all we're all here alone.
You know what? I'm going to ask the question.
Larkin is there at the center field, 50-yard line, after having kicked and everything, and a couple of other players who worked out with him are there too. But there's no other football players here. Now they put 3 minutes back up on the clock. And but they definitely did not come out in the allotted time, either team. Zach Sturr with 2 extra points tonight for Absegami now has 106 kicking points in his career, which is still 14th all time. There's only been 18 kickers in Cape Atlantic history who scored 100 points. He now has 67 extra points. And that, I think, is an Absegami record. No. Dustin Schaefer back in 2006 had 70 extra points in his career. Zach has 67. He's got plenty of time this year to do something about that. He doesn't have a field goal in this game, but he's 5th all time, tied with Jim Cooper, Sr. of Mainland with 13. Cade Antonucci of Holy Spirit is just ahead of him with 14. So there is 3 minutes back up. Here comes Ocean City. We're still waiting for Absegami to show up.
Yeah, I just spoke with one of the officials, and he said that, you know, sometimes if the school is, they give them 3 minutes once they both get out here.
Yeah, they're doing that.
And sometimes that if the school's kind of far away, they give them their 15 minutes, and then they give them some extra time. But, you know, he didn't disagree that they've been a little bit lax this year, I guess, in having the officials go to the locker rooms and get these teams out here, because we're probably, you know, they put, what, 15 minutes on the clock. We're probably 20 minutes already.
And they haven't started the 3-minute clock yet, because Absegami's not here. I've seen the flags thrown.
Not this year.
No.
You're right.
But I've seen them. I don't know if there's been any thrown this year, because I've only been to about half a dozen games, but we'll see. It's 14-14 at the half, the game of the week, produced by Prime Events on 106.3 The Shore, brought to you by Atlanticare. Don't forget, you can keep track of Ocean City High School sports and the rest of the Cape May County and the Cape Atlantic League at coastsportstoday.com. Juliet Evangelista, a senior at Ocean City High School and a very good photographer, took a lot of good photographs of Ocean City's 3-0 win over Mainland in field hockey on Wednesday night. They played at 6 o'clock under the lights at Carey Stadium. A lot of those photos are online at coastsportstoday.com.
You know, Tom, that's one sport that if you're playing your home games on turf,
oh, absolutely,
and the other team's not used to being on turf, that is a tremendous home field advantage.
It's a much faster game. There's no doubt about it. And no game benefits that much. Here's another one. Samir Jones has thrown a 60-yard touchdown pass for Pleasantville, who now lead Holy Spirit 24-12.
Wow.
So we wondered if the Greyhounds were 3-0 because of their opposition, or are they really a good football team? And I think we're getting the answer here. Regardless of what happens in the last 20 minutes of the game, they have a 2-touchdown lead over Holy Spirit at Holy Spirit, 24-12.
Boy, you're not kidding. What a big win that would be for them.
And Samir Jones, who transferred from Mainland, very good basketball player. He'll have an impact on the Pleasantville basketball team as well. But he played some football at Mainland last year. Ran out of the quarterback spot a lot and threw it okay, but he ran it very effectively. But obviously hits 60 yards here, so he's obviously throwing it pretty well too. Both teams stretching, working out. We're about a minute and a half away from the start of the second half. Since 1981, the Trofa and Coggins families have offered the best in car care at Car Caress, 1635 Haven Avenue in Ocean City, right next to CVS Pharmacy. There's also Car Caress 2 at 100 Stagecoach Road in Marmora behind ShopRite. At Car Caress, they'll hand wash your vehicle, both the interior and exterior. They also have an automatic car wash, self-service bays, and vacuums. Car Caress, 1635 Haven Avenue, Ocean City. Phone for an appointment at 609-398-8482. They also offer free pickup and delivery. Car Caress, something special for your vehicle at a price that fits your budget. And when they say pickup and delivery, I know for a fact that they've done it for Egg Harbor Township.
Yeah?
Picked up the car, cleaned it up first class, and delivered it back to Egg Harbor Township. That's,
well, I
pizza people don't do that.
No. And I will tell you, I'm a car person, as you well know, Tom, and they do a tremendous job on your car.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Brian is as kind to the cars as he used to be to offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Treat them well, and they'll open the holes.
Well, it used to be that I would do my own car because I didn't want anybody else doing my car, and I would do it 2 or 3 times a year. And now I'm older, lazier, and they do, I mean, a great job.
Brian had 1,026 yards rushing in his career.
Wow.
And he was in the top 10 when he graduated. He's now number 30 now.
And a gentleman.
Oh, yeah.
Quite a gentleman. I hope he's listening.
This game brought to you with the best wishes of everyone at Calvi Electric in Atlantic City. I encourage you to get out and support your favorite high school team each and every week. All right, Absegami's going to kick off. Last time they did, Ocean City put Josh Rolls on the goal line because they want to return it if they can, but he has a tendency to kick it pretty deep.
Now, can he step into the end zone and come out and then receive it?
Oh, I think
could he start in the end zone?
Oh, I think so.
I thought so too.
I think he can if he catches it out of the end zone, yeah. But I don't know if you can step back in because I swore that one guy did. Okay, here we go. Second half. It's going to be decided in these 24 minutes. 14-14, Ocean City and Absegami. Here comes the kick. It's high but not too deep. It's coming down, hitting at the 17-yard line, taking it about the 16. Avoids a tackle down the left sideline. It's a foot race, and he's tripped up at the 40-yard line.
By Zach Sturr. He was the only one he had to beat, and of course Zach Sturr's 209 pounds, 6'2". It's not like Garo Yepremian, you know, trying to make a tackle on a kickoff, and half the people listening, if they're under 50, don't maybe know who Garo Yepremian is. Do you know, Matt? All right, well, Matt knows, so if you can be under 40, you might not know.
Ball's out to the 39-yard line, and Lashley with a great return. A lot of things could have happened there. He had to take out on a bounce over his shoulder and did a good job of it. Handoff inside, driving and pulling out of a tackle and getting a first down out to midfield. Strong run by Robertson.
Yeah, and again, you know, you don't know what's been said at halftime and any adjustments they're making, but they do. Both teams want to control that line of scrimmage.
Slot to the right. Robertson to the left of Feifel. Feifel keeps going left. Cuts behind a block. There's a flag on the play, and he gets down to about the 45-yard line of Absegami.
Well, anytime you throw a flag toward the line of scrimmage as the play is being run, usually indicates a hold.
Yep. So they'll come back, and it'll be first and long for Ocean City. 14-14.
Just really takes a little bit of the momentum away. You come out, you get a great return, excuse me, a great return, then you get a 11-yard gain on first down, and then you get a hold on second down, and now you're going back to first and 19.
Feifel, Robertson in the backfield. Slot to the right, wing back on the left side. Shifts Robertson to the left side and gives him the ball coming right. He takes on a tackler and only gains about a yard, maybe not even a yard, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be third down.
Yeah, a couple of
no, it'll be second.
Braves.
Second down, excuse me.
Jonte Jones and Samuel Sabi making that stop.
So it's second and about 19. Slot to the left. Single back with Feifel in the backfield. Takes the snap, back to throw. Settles in. Fires long down the middle. There's a man out there, but it's well covered. Good defense for Absegami.
Corsi.
I thought it was Glover. No? It's Corsi?
Yeah, I think it was Josh Corsi. It's tough to tell the 7 from the 1. I think that one was Corsi. And actually, it looked like he had a step. That Corsi was a step behind, but I think he was just kind of decoying a little bit because, and the ball was well thrown, but just as the ball was there, Corsi took that extra step or two to get up in there and deflect it away. Well thrown pass, but well defended as well.
Third and 19 for Ocean City. They're at their own 42-yard line. Feifel pump fakes, runs away from pressure. Now he's in trouble, steps up, pass is low, it's scooped. Did it hit the ground?
Yeah, I think it hit the ground.
It did. Incomplete is the call, so Ocean City will punt.
You know, the more you can avoid that pass rush and scramble around back there, and he's looking the whole time for the man downfield, and he just got it to him on the short hop. Would have been enough for a first down. Would have been a great play. But see if they're going to, there's a flag on the play here, Tom, see if they're going to accept this penalty or not. I wouldn't think so. Brings up a fourth down and 19. Raiders will punt.
Good snap. Low kick, Lashley punting. And it goes inside the 35, so Absegami will take over around its own 33-yard line.
Boy, that was close to being blocked. We've seen Lashley kind of run to the right before he punts the ball.
Mm-hmm.
If he'd have run to the right that time, he'd have run right into an Absegami player. We're at 10:20 remaining here in the third quarter. A hard-fought 14-14 tie. Ocean City and Absegami.
Final score in field hockey, Ocean City 2, Atlantic City 1.
Wow.
Raiders are in first place in the American Conference. Millville is an obstacle. Mainland, they just beat on Wednesday, has 2 ties. Marcucci puts Corsi in motion, gives him the ball. Corsi fakes inside, goes to the outside, and falls ahead maybe to the 35-yard line for about a 2-yard gain. Ocean City defending well, and the one thing they are this year is quicker on defense. Those kind of plays used to cause them a lot of problems. Quick players to the outside.
Well, again, Tom, that time, I think it was Billy Kroger who made the first hit. It doesn't end up making the tackle, but I think he was responsible for the first hit out there, and that slowed Corsi down.
Second, about 9. Marcucci back to throw. He pump fakes, swings a little pass out to Johnson, who catches it and slips and falls at the 31 for a loss of 4 yards.
Yeah, he probably would have gained 5-6 yards, and he just needed to turn and go. But just feet came out from under him.
Hate when that happens, don't you?
And it looks like Holy Spirit just scored, Tom, and with a 2-point conversion, so it's 24-20 now. Pleasantville leads.
Also, Highland now leads Buna 12-0. Field goal and a safety added to that initial lead on the Atlantic Care scoreboard. Double slot formation. Back to the right of Marcucci. Third and about 12. Back to throw. Sets. Fires right side. And it is almost intercepted. Did he get it?
I think it was.
I think it was. Lashley got it at about the... No, wait a minute. Official saying no. Another official looks like he's going to mark the ball. Nope, it was intercepted. Ball's at the 45-yard line of Absegami. Ocean City at the Absegami 45. 9:27 left in the third quarter, and we're still tied at 14.
You know, Tom, you could tell it was intercepted. You assumed it was intercepted because 3 teammates were right around the ball, and they all reacted right away, you know, in a positive manner. One guy does it, maybe he's trying to buy something. 3 guys do it.
Rolling to the right, Fife, a little short pass is complete. Kroger runs through a tackle, and he's down to the 35-yard line, very close to a first down.
Yeah, he might have that first down. Depends where they spot it. I think he does have it.
Kroger, a 6'1" junior. He put on 31 pounds since last year.
That's not hard. I've done that a lot.
It's not a good thing when it happens to you.
You're not kidding.
Elijah Gray scored that touchdown for Holy Spirit. They now trail 24-20 against Pleasantville. Feifel hands it up the middle, and Bergman inside the 30 for a first down.
Yeah, that nice little swing pass to Kroger opened things up a little bit. Got to keep the defense honest and let them think run and pass.
Ocean City ready to go at the 29. Feifel takes it, hands it off, and boom. Robertson is hit at the line of scrimmage. Pops back up, but it'll be 2nd and 11.
Boy, that time Absegami was ready. Ryan Morris leading the charge in there. Brings up a 2nd down.
Atlantic scoreboard, Middle Township 24, Triton 10. Middle trying for its 3rd win. And a must game for them if they're going to get in Group 2. Feifel gets the snap, keeps it rolling left. Fakes inside, tries to get to the outside, only gains about 2 or 3 yards. He's taken down at about the 28-yard line. There's a flag on the play. 8:04 left, third quarter. We're tied at 14 and another holding penalty, this one against Ocean City. So they'll either take 3rd and 9 or push them back 2nd and about 20.
Well, you figure they're in 4-down territory here. I don't think they'd try field goal at this point. So I think you got to push them back.
And that's what they've decided to do. So Ocean City's going to be 2nd and real long here.
Too many penalties.
Well, that's the one thing you could say about Ocean City's first 3 games. And in this game, some bad penalties by Absegami, too. Trips to the left, slot to the right. Feifel alone in the backfield, gets the snap. Quick pass is caught by Shallcross. And Shallcross runs into some defenders, gets away, gets back to the sideline and down to around the 32-yard line.
And they don't get it all back, but they got a nice little piece of it back. A good move by Shallcross there where it looked like he was going to be stopped. And he was able to pick up an extra, 3-4 yards on the carry.
St. Augustine has scored again, 31-6. They lead Bridgeton on the Atlantic Care scoreboard. Alone in the backfield again, Feifel, 3rd and about 12. Pass over the middle. It's caught. Racing is Robertson trying to get to the sideline, but well covered by the Absegami defense, limiting him to about a 4-yard gain. He's to the 28-yard line, and we'll see what Kevin Smith decides to do.
Yeah, he just really was, he had no shot there. The other thing that's different, in high school, as most people know, you attempt a field goal here and you don't get it. The other team gets the ball at the 20-yard line as long as you kick it into the end zone. It's not like they get the ball at the line of scrimmage. But I don't think they're going to go for it here. Be a 47-yard field goal.
Feifel, 4th and about 9, takes a snap. Drops back, his pass incomplete. Trying to hit Robertson on the left side, he couldn't pull it in, so Absegami stops the Raiders and will take over on about its own 28-yard line.
Yeah, that time Absegami came up big defensively. It looked like the Raiders were moving the ball, and they were moving the ball. And Absegami came up big on a couple of plays. That went off the hands of, and thrown a little high. Robertson to play prior. he just didn't have anywhere to run after he caught the ball. 3 defenders right there, so good defense by the Braves.
On the Atlantic Care scoreboards, St. Augustine scored again. Now leads Bridgeton 38-6. First and 10, Absegami from its own 28. Ocean City and Absegami tied at 14. 6.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Marcucci with a back behind him gives the ball to Johnson. Johnson has a little bit of room. He's out to the 33, and there's a flag after the play.
It's going to be a personal foul on one of those two guys. It's just a question of which one. A wide receiver and a defensive back. Post play. Little extracurricular activity. One of them is going to get the penalty. It looks like it's going to go against Absegami.
Official hasn't signaled yet. Face mask.
Yeah.
Against Absegami. 5 yards.
So a wide receiver who's not involved in the play being defended out there by Parker Bristol, and he must have grabbed Bristol's face mask. Those penalties are killers. Those personal foul penalties.
Highlanders scored again. They lead Buna 18-0 on the Atlantic Care scoreboard.
I'm assuming that's where the penalty was. That's where the flag was dropped, and he's the only official out there.
Marcucci hands the ball off, and there's nothing there. Driving him back inside the 25, but they'll spot the ball out around the 27-yard line. Ocean City player, no, Absegami player was down. But he's still down. One of his teammates wanted to help him up, and I think he told him not to, which is very smart. Wait till somebody that knows what's going on gets out there.
Yeah, you know, it's a nice, cool night here. Not like it's been the last couple of weeks where cramps were a big problem and the trainers were out on the field often. That's not the case here tonight. I don't know why we got this fan working behind us. It feels like wintertime in here.
Game of the week produced by Prime Events on 106.3 The Shore, brought to you by Atlantic Care. The finest Italian food in Ocean City is at Valtacos for 2 more days. And then on Sunday, they'll close for the winter. So if you're one of those people that buys some great Italian food, puts it in the freezer, and enjoys it all winter, you want to get the Valtacos this weekend. Hopefully you've made arrangements, but I think you can still get some if you get out there to 957 West Avenue in Ocean City. Phone them at 609-399-0753.
R.J. Rodriguez was the Brave. He came off the field under his own power with a slight limp.
So it's 3rd and about 12, or is that 2nd? 2nd and about 12.
Yep.
Marcucci back on either side, receiver on either side. High snap, he handles it. Looking left, now throws down the middle. Too long, and well defensed by Lashley. I said too long, actually. Another receiver cut into the zone, and Lashley made a nice play, tipping it away.
Yeah. I think that was intended for Sabi across the middle, and Lashley was playing that center zone, and he came up at it. I thought he had a shot at an interception there, and he's limping around a little bit.
Lashley?
Yes.
3rd and 12. All 4 touchdowns in this game scored by the 2 quarterbacks, 2 each. It's 14-14. Marcucci, ball snapped between his legs. He chases back for it. Now he's rolling, trying to get away. He's wrapped up and brought down back inside the 10-yard line. So Zach Sturr's going to punt from deep in his own territory, and Ocean City should get good field position. So both teams have also been hurt by a bad snap from center in this game.
I think it was Green who ended up making the tackle back there.
Atlantic City has won. That's our first final. They beat Egg Harbor Township 19-13 on the Atlantic Care scoreboard. Big win for the Vikings. They needed to win it, but a good effort by Egg Harbor Township. Lashley calls a fair catch. And a great catch. I mean, he looked like a center fielder tracking something down, and I'm not sure what position he plays in baseball, but.
Well, and it was a last-minute decision. Oh my goodness, let me get my arm up here in the air and then catch this ball. I mean, he barely had time to get his arm down to make the catch. Nice job by him.
Okay, Ocean City on the Absegami 47-yard line. Never understood why they let teams play with their own footballs. They don't do that in any other sport.
Well, they let Tom Brady do it.
Well, that remains to be seen. Fake by Feifel. He keeps it, and he's hit after about a 1-yard gain. Looked like he might have been able to squeeze through there, but somebody came up and stopped him.
Yeah, that one of the linebackers over there, number 80 for Absegami, makes a stop. That's Matt Bradley. He's only 5'7", 153-pound sophomore.
2nd and 9. The ball's on Absegami's 45-yard line. Receivers to both sides. Wing back on the left side. Feifel with a back to his left. Bergman gives Bergman the ball, and he's stopped in the backfield for a loss of about 2, maybe 3 yards.
Well, the Raiders were winning that line of scrimmage when they started this second half, but right now they're not. That tackle made by Kobe Allen, 5'10", 190-pound senior tight end.
So it's 3rd and about 10. They moved that ball up considerably, I think. Double slot formation. Feifel still looking to the sideline. He's got Robertson to his right. Now he tells the offensive line what's going to happen. And waits the snap. Drops back under pressure. Short pass to Robertson. Robertson trying to get sideline, and he's tackled for about a 3-yard gain, and Ocean City will punt.
He really needed a block over there and didn't get it. They set that little screen pass up, and like I said, he needed a block out there and just couldn't get out there fast enough. The offensive lineman just couldn't get out there fast enough. Tackle made over there by Josiah Carroll.
So the ball just inside the Absegami 45-yard line. Lashley stands at his own 40. And Corsi, ever dangerous, back around his own 11 or 12. Low snap. He goes down and fields it. Gets the kick away, and it's a pretty good one. Fair catch called at the 9 by Corsi.
Wow.
And Absegami will be deep in their own territory. I think he probably wishes he could do that over.
Boy, Glover almost blocked that punt, too. That's twice he's been able to get that punt away right before a potential Absegami block.
So the Braves start on their own 10.
It's been a interesting, hard-fought quarter as well. Still a 14-14 game. Neither team able to put any points on the board here. And both teams have moved the ball a little bit, but the defenses have come up very, very big on a couple of real big plays. And, of course, the bad snap hurt Absegami there as well.
2:45 left. It's a final in Linwood, too. Cedar Creek has defeated Mainland 35-0 on the Atlantic Care scoreboard. Handoff going right for a couple of yards. May have gotten out close to the 15.
Now, obviously, if you're playing defense right now, you want this to be a 3 and out and force them to punt from deep in their own territory. Official timeout. Be some kind of injury or equipment repair over there. Likewise, or on the opposite side, if you're Absegami, you got to find a way to pick up a couple of first downs here and give your offense some opportunity, some movement, some room to move. I love football games like this. This is a really good football game. I mean, last week was a good football game if you're an Ocean City fan, but 40-0 is not a good football game to watch. This is a good football game. Both teams playing well, offensively and defensively, have shined at certain, or shown, I guess, at certain spots, certain times.
2nd and 5 at around the 15 for Absegami. 14-14, 2:05 left, third quarter. Marcucci hands the ball off, coming left. First down by Johnson out across the 20 to about the 21 or 22.
Well, I tell you, that was a nice run by him. Looked like he was going to be stopped. They get a big block there against one of the linebackers, and he kind of runs over somebody there at the end to pick up another yard or two, but a big first down play for Absegami. We're getting close where everybody wants to put 4 fingers up in the air to say they own the fourth quarter.
Back on either side from Marcucci. Slot to the right. He keeps it up the middle. Gets some yardage out close to the 30-yard line. A gain of about 7 or 8 yards on the play.
Yeah, I didn't think that was a perfect snap either. Sometimes a quarterback's running with it after a bad snap only because the rest of the play is already by him.
Yeah. Receiver left, wide slot to the right. Back on either side of Marcucci. 2nd and 2. Takes a snap, gives to Johnson going right. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage and brought down by James Rice back around the 25-yard line.
Well, there's a perfect example of what I just said before. You know, the offenses have played well. They get a couple of really good plays, and the next thing you know, somebody on defense makes a stellar play for a loss or something to that effect, and that's what happened right there. That stellar defensive play took a little bit of steam away from those 2 big offensive runs.
Ball's back on the 25-yard line. 3rd down and about 7 yards to go. 20 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, but changing ends won't make much difference. There's hardly any wind here. Marcucci back on either side. Takes the snap, drops back. Sets, fires right side, and it's well defensed. Trying to get it to Corsi, knocked away by Kevin King.
Yeah, I almost threw that. He threw that right into traffic a little bit there. Looked like King had an opportunity to, at least he was going to make sure that ball wasn't caught.
Stir on the punt. Lashley drops back inside his 40. The clock stopped with 5.9 seconds left in the 3rd quarter because of the incompletion. Good snap, good kick, high kick. Lashley doesn't call a fair catch, and he races across the 50 to the 48 of Absegami.
Yeah, you get about 7-8 yards there. Right up the middle. So there you are with Ocean City's defense coming up big again after Absegami gets those couple of first downs. The Raiders will start the 4th quarter with the football.
Game of the Week produced by Prime Events on 106.3 The Shore, brought to you by Atlantic Care. We'll take time out for a message and be right back here on 106.3 The Shore. Ocean City, running the first play of the 4th quarter, picks up a first down inside the 40 to about the 36-yard line.
So the Raiders, again, you know, you pick up 6, 8, 10 yards, do it 2 or 3 times in a row, and you got to avoid that big defensive stop.
Feifel cuts back, pulls out of a tackle. Feifel at the 25, avoids a tackle at the 20, and he's going to score. Harry Feifel's 3rd touchdown run of the game, 36 yards, and Ocean City leads 20-14.
Boy, he actually, I won't say he fumbled the snap. He didn't. He just didn't get it cleanly from the center, and he kind of did a great job to hold on to it, and then just kind of outraced everybody up once he got past the linebackers around that left side into the end zone. It's great hands.
Larkin will kick the, try to kick anyway, the extra point. He's 10 for 10. The kick is high enough. There's a flag on the play. The kick is good. We'll see what it is.
Well, you know, you would think that the Raiders would refuse the penalty if it's against Absegami, but on the other hand, you get the ball closer to the goal line, you might want to go for 2. They're not going to. They're going to refuse the penalty and take the extra point.
So Ocean City leads here 21-14 on the 3rd touchdown of the game by Harry Feifel. 11:34 remaining here in the 4th quarter, and the Raiders will kick off to Absegami. Things are always happening at the Ocean City Free Public Library. Tuesday movie matinee at 2, Tommy's Honor, about Tom Morris, the real-life man who founded golf. That's right, it was not Paul Lefevre or Bud Rink. Then Tuesday night, the Fine Arts League presents Women in Gold, starring Helen Mirren. Good movies at the Free Public Library. Every Wednesday at 3, there's an after-school movie and snacks. You can learn to play bridge or improve your cooking and computer skills. It's all free, plus books, magazines, internet access, homework help, and much more. The Ocean City Free Public Library, 18th and Simpson, 609-399-2434. Visit them online at oceancitylibrary.org. So recap that scoreboard for us before we start this kickoff play here.
Well, Tom, the big score here is, let me look again here. Holy Spirit has gone ahead 28-24.
Another touchdown by Gray, the sophomore who leads Cape Atlantic League rushing. So they lead 28-24 with 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter at Ed Burns Stadium.
So that's the big game. Cedar Creek a 35-0 win over Mainland. Atlantic City beats Egg Harbor Township, keeps the Eagles winless. That game 19-3. Middle leads Triton 24-19.
Ocean City did take the penalty. They kick off from the Absegami 45.
Okay.
Larkin hits a ground ball and it goes out of bounds. So they're going to give Absegami pretty good field position.
Yeah, that's probably the worst case scenario for a kicker. I mean, he's at a spot now where he can kick the ball into the end zone, probably out of the end zone. And
well, he was obviously trying to keep it away from Corsi or a return back, and he just kicked it too far to the left and went out of bounds. Now, Absegami has a decision. They can make him kick over because they do want their return backs to have a shot at the ball.
Yeah, but he can kick the ball out of the end zone from there. He just didn't kick that one well.
Well, there's a long discussion, way too long as far as I'm concerned, on the sideline about what to do and what the options are.
I think if I'm Absegami, I take the football at the 35.
Dennis Scuderi in his 12th season as a coach, 10 here at Absegami, 2 at Middle Township. His father was an assistant coach. His father was also the head coach at Camden Catholic and St. Augustine, but he was an assistant on his son's staff. An illegal procedure against Ocean City, and they're going to take the 5-yard penalty and have him kick over. So Ocean City kicking now from the 50-yard line. Did you ever coach together with your dad?
No. Although I will say this, he was not in the dugout. He did a lot of coaching from the grandstands when I was coaching. I can tell you that.
Bud's dad, Reverend Charles Rink, was a driving force in sports in Summers Point through Grace Lutheran Church and some other projects. I just thought maybe at some point you coached together.
No, he would, we always had big discussions after baseball games. He'd never miss a game. Why'd you do this? Or do you think he could have done that? Or I thought this was great. But there were times when I know he wanted to talk to me during a game. I just couldn't look at him because, it was great. It was great having him and being brought up with all those sports was great.
All right, from the 50-yard line, kicking off again, Keith Larkin. High kick, and it is in the end zone. Right about 6 inches into the end zone, but he was in the end zone, so he cannot return it, and the ball goes to the 20.
Yep, they should have asked me. And that was Asanjul Sabi. That wasn't even going to be Corsi on the return. But, you know, what do they lose? They lose 15 yards out of it.
Yeah.
Had the ball at the 35-yard line. That's pretty tough to turn down. Starting the drive on the 35-yard line.
Right. Absegami huddles their entire team at the sideline before the first play of a possession, and then they all come on together. After that, the quarterback only goes to the sideline. Johnson will beat to the right of Marcucci. It's a slot to both sides. Gets the snap and drops back. Scrambling away from pressure. He is hit, bounces off the hit, and gets a first down out across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. Robertson makes the stop.
Wow, he took a hit, but you know, he just wasn't wrapped. He had about a 3-yard gain and picked up another 10 yards after the hit. Just a real strong run by him.
They're out to the 38-yard line. 1st and 10, Absegami. There's still tons of time left here. 11 minutes and 15 seconds. 21-14, Ocean City leads. Marcucci comes in from the sideline.
If he was wearing one of those Fitbits, he'd have a lot of steps in this game, coming back and forth to the sideline like this.
Not to mention what he just did on that play.
Right.
Double slot. He's got 2 touchdowns in the game, Marcucci. Back to throw. Sets, fires to the sideline. It's caught. Immediately stopped for about a 5-yard gain by. The tackle was made by Kevin King, and the receiver was Jawan Glover. Gain of 4.
Yeah, King was right there. The ball caught on the sideline. He was giving him some room. Certainly wasn't going to let him get downfield behind him, and then as soon as the catch was made, he drove him hard into the ground.
Pretty good crowd. Good crowd on the Absegami side, and a pretty good crowd on the Ocean City side as well.
And they're mostly all still here.
Yeah. Well, it's a comfortable night.
Some of the band parents leave at halftime, I guess.
Double slot. Marcucci back to throw. And wrapped up by Austin Green. It's a sack. His 2nd of the game, his 6th of the season.
I tell you, he does have a knack for getting to the quarterback.
Yes, he does. He gets one more, and he'll be in the top 10 for a season. I'm sorry, for a career.
Well, he's got next year, too.
I know. He's got 6. He's tied for 7th for most sacks in a season. And we're halfway through, not even halfway through.
Wow.
So that's a big play. That makes it the 3rd down and about 16 yards to go. With 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Absegami with the ball on their own 31-yard line. They trail 21-14.
3-man rush now for the Raiders.
Marcucci tries to draw him off sides, and there's a whistle and a flag.
He did.
Nope. His team moved.
Oh, how about it?
5-yard penalty against Absegami makes things worse.
Saw an Ocean City player flinch over there half a step. Obviously drawn off sides.
3rd and 21. They got to get all the way out to the 48-yard line.
So Marcucci, who has that great run, they get the first down, and then bing, another big defensive play. This has been a game, and I've said it 3 or 4 times now in the second half, where a couple of real big offensive plays and followed by a really strong defensive play. Speaking of defensive players, Feifel's in the game defensively here.
Yeah, we see that every once in a while. He's made some big plays against Cedar Creek. Back to throw, Marcucci. Fires down the middle, and it's almost intercepted at the 45-yard line by Brandon Lashley.
Oh. Boy, would he like to have that one back. I think he almost won. He was so surprised. Maybe he was surprised. Maybe he was, I don't know. Maybe he's going to run with it before he caught it. I don't know, but he would love to have that one back.
So it's 4th down. A punt coming. Ocean City now with 2 back on punts, which I think is a great idea. Good snap. Floats it downfield. Backing up, catching it at the 34-yard line is Robertson. He races across the 50. He's down the sideline. He's at the 35. He's at the 30. And he's caught from behind at about the 21-yard line. There's a flag on the play way back where the ball was caught.
Yeah, 2 flags. This one's going to come back. It's going to be a block in the back, I'm sure, on the Raiders. 2 flags right back where the running play started. 1 flag came from this side of the field, the other flag from the other side of the field, but it was the same play both officials saw.
So Ocean City, instead of being down around the 20-yard line of Absegami, is going to be back inside its own 30. But 9 minutes left, and they're in a position, if they can move the ball, run off most of that time. The ball's been right on the 30. Raiders lead 21-14, 3 touchdowns by Harry Feifel. Andrew Marcucci, the Absegami quarterback, has scored there 2. Feifel, low snap, scoops it up, avoids a defender, and is tripped up. Falls out to the 31 for a 1-yard gain. Second and 9. The ball just across the 30 at the 31-yard line. They're going to split Shallcross wide to the right. And rolls to the left. And Robertson's checking in. He'll be the running back to Feifel's left. Gets the snap, gives it to Robertson. Up the middle, he's hit at about the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 9, maybe 8.
This will be a big play here. The Raiders would really like to keep this clock moving. Coming up on 8 minutes. They cling to that 1 touchdown lead.
Ocean City makes some substitutions. Bergman checks in. Double slot, actually trips to the right. Feifel's alone in the backfield. Gets the snap, quick pass, and battling for close to a first down. Flag on the play. That was Robertson on the carry. No, maybe there wasn't a flag on the play.
That was a great pass and a great move by Robertson to get that key first down right there, Tom. That was a big, big play for Ocean City. Keeps that clock moving.
That was not a flag. It was something else on the play. So it's 1st and 10, Ocean City to the 42-yard line. Feifel hands it off to Bergman, and Bergman's going to get a couple out near the 45-yard line.
Yeah, tackled again by number 19 in there, Kobe Allen. 5'10", 190-pound senior defensive lineman. He's had a nice game defensively for the Braves.
Second, about 8. 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Ocean City trying to hold on to a 7-point lead. Feifel keeps it, rolling right. And he's going to pick up a yard or 2. He's across the 45 to about the 47-yard line.
You know, still a lot of time left in this football game, and coming up on 6.5 minutes shortly. But you do want to stay in bounds if you're Ocean City. You got that 1 touchdown lead.
Third and 5. Feifel's alone in the backfield. Gets the snap, flag on the play. Tried to fire it to the sideline to Shallcross. It was knocked away, but the whistle had already blown. An illegal procedure penalty against Ocean City, so it'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, I figured that was against the Raiders only because as soon as the play was about to start, one of the Absegami coaches threw his arms up in the air as if to say, how about that? And that's when the flag was coming out. So he saw it, the official saw it. Makes this play even tougher.
Third call at 11. 3rd and 11. Again, Feifel alone in the backfield. He's got trips to the left. Takes the snap. He's going right up the middle. He pulls out a 1 tackle, and he's out close to the 50, but he's about 2 yards short of the first down.
Well, what do you do here? I guess you got to throw you got to kick the football. You don't want to turn it over at the 50-yard line. Absegami player coming off the field is Ryan Morris, who lost his helmet. So he'll come off for a play. Raiders are going to go for it here, Tom.
Well, indicate they are.
Maybe try to draw them off sides.
4th and 2.
I think you got to kick it here. Unless they make it.
Well, if they're going to, whatever they're going to do, they'll have to call timeout.
Well, you sure don't want to waste a timeout.
Well, they're going to get a penalty if they don't.
The guy's counting it down. He's counting it down. Take a look.
Feifel awaits the snap, and there's a flag. So a 5-yard penalty, we think, against Ocean City for delay of game. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's what it was. The flag came from back here.
No, they got a timeout.
Oh.
They got a timeout first. So you weren't the only one watching, but the Absegami coaches are saying it was a flag on the play. What's the deal? And this guy's just going to say, hey, the referee called a timeout. So now they'll have to go dig him out. The guy in the white hat. And he's on the other side of the field. Anyway, Ocean City called a timeout. 5:18 left, 4th quarter. Raiders lead 21-14. Brandon Lashley comes on. He's standing at his own 35 to punt. And back deep, Josh Coursey.
The only thing I don't like about this decision is they have come close to blocking the punt twice now.
Well, they only have one guy back, so they have one more guy to rush.
I wouldn't fake punt here, but I won't be shocked.
Snap is good. Pretty good rush, but he got it away comfortably toward the sideline, and Coursey gets it right at the sideline and is stopped at about the 16-yard line.
Good kick. And Absegami, I don't think they came with the full all-out rush that time because they don't want to, risk the roughing the kicker penalty, give the Raiders a first down, and with 5 minutes left in the football game, they don't get another shot maybe. So
on the 15, 5:08 left, 85 yards away, Absegami can tie the game. They trail 21-14.
What a good football game. I said it at halftime, and the second half has been just as good as the first half. Big plays by both sides.
All 5 touchdowns in the game scored by the quarterbacks. 3 by Harry Feifel, 2 by Andrew Marcucci.
Definitely with help from their friends.
Marcucci alone in the backfield. The heroes up front open up those holes. Good snap. Marcucci rolls to the left, fires downfield, and it's incomplete. Leaping catch at the sideline right around the first down mark, but it's knocked away, and it's for second down.
It was a hit over there that caused the ball to be knocked away. Just didn't get the angle on the number, but a great hit over there by a defensive back for the Raiders.
Rancocas Valley has defeated Lenape 10-7 in a very important game. It'll change the top 25 rankings. Lenape was ranked number 3 in South Jersey. Rancocas Valley number 10. Marcucci alone in the backfield, takes a snap, throws, hit as he threw. Coursey makes the catch, and Coursey is stopped at about the 30-yard line. In there on the tackle was Parker Bristol.
Yeah, he made a nice low grab the ankle tackle, which kept Coursey from getting anything else, and then he got some help.
First down out to the 30-yard line. Trips to the left, slot to the right. Marcucci takes a snap, sets, fires over the middle, and it's caught at the 35, and he loses his footing and goes down for a 5-yard gain. Catch made over the middle there by Lucius Brown.
Yeah, that's twice the Braves have had a receiver open who catches the ball and then, can't keep his footing.
It's a nice pass by Marcucci. He had to throw it over a defender.
The Raiders aren't getting the pass rush right now because they're only rushing 3 guys. They're expecting to pass. They're leaving guys back in coverage.
Marcucci being chased, rolling to the right, throws on the run. The ball is incomplete. Once again, the receiver had his hands on it and was hit and lost it.
Yeah, that time it was Lashley.
He's shaken up.
You know, you take that hit in the small of your back just after you catch that football. That ball has a good chance of coming loose. Lashley with a real good hit and just unable to hold on, as you would expect. He's getting up, and that's
the freshman.
Samuel Sabi, right?
No.
Senior.
Carnell Davis.
I'm sorry. So 3rd down. All right, I'm going to be a defensive coach here and say this is going to be a Marcucci run.
3rd and 5. 4:03 remaining in the 4th quarter. Ocean City leads Absegami 21-14.
I mean, it may be a design pass play, but I think he runs with the football here.
He's going to put Corsi in split out to the left with 2 other receivers. Quick pass to the sideline is caught for a 1st down out across the 45-yard line by Steve Wilkins.
Wilkins with 1st down yardage.
They're going to spot it at the 47, but there's a flag on the play. This is against Absegami. It is. They really hurt themselves.
Boy, they have. And obviously I guessed wrong, and I thought he'd run against that 3-man rush. He'd send those 5 receivers out and then try to pick up the 1st down in the center of that line. The holding penalty against Absegami is going to negate that 1st down and really make things more difficult. We're down to just under 4 minutes remaining here in this football game. It's going to move the ball back inside the 20, just inside the 20.
Scoring a lot of points up there in Triton. With 6 minutes left, Middle Township now leads 38-26 on the Atlantic Air scoreboard. Ocean City's next opponent is Middle Township next Friday.
It's like a 3rd and about 20 here, Tom.
Yep.
21 maybe, 3rd and 21.
3:45 left, 4th quarter. Absegami with the ball, down 7. All alone, Marcucci. Takes a snap, drops back, lets it go down the right side, and it is incomplete. There's a flag on the play.
How can that be?
Ocean City had 2 defenders back there. There was some contact, and there's a flag on the play.
I kind of feel like the receiver ran into the defender at the end of the play. I mean, he has as much right to the ball as anybody.
It's not an automatic 1st down.
However, they won't get a 1st down, but I don't think. I don't think pass
10 yards, but still, that I don't like to say good call, bad call usually, but I don't understand that. I mean, the ball's being
thrown.
Well,
the one thing you can't do though is slow down to stop the receiver. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that may have been what they thought happened.
Maybe.
So it's going to be 3rd down and about 6 yards to go. The ball comes out to the 35. It's not an automatic 1st down, and they had well more than 15 yards to go. So it's 3rd and about 6.
Yeah, they had 21 to go.
3:35 remaining. Clock is stopped right now. Marcucci takes a snap. Quick pass to the sideline to Corsi, and he couldn't hold it.
And Bristol right there to make this tackle.
But he might have got the 1st down.
He might have.
He was right there at the 1st down marker. So it's 4th down.
Well, they got to go.
3:31 left. They're in their own territory at the 35-yard line and showing signs of punting the ball away.
Wow, I'm surprised. I mean, you're really going to rely on your defense here. You would think all Ocean City's going to need is a couple of 1st downs. I think Absegami hasn't. I don't think they've used a timeout here in the second half.
No, I think they have all 3 timeouts. Lashley's going way back to his own 30. Sturr is standing inside his own 25. They fake an end around to Corsi, and Sturr runs across the 35 to the 36, and he's stopped there. Stopped by Tom Meehan, and Ocean City will take over on Absegami's 35-yard line call. An interesting call.
What a play. What a play by Meehan. What a play. The end around behind the kicker, he fakes the handoff to him, hides it on his hip, and then tries to run himself the opposite direction. Meehan comes up, makes the stop at the line of scrimmage. Excellent defensive play. I was surprised they were going to kick it, and obviously they weren't.
That was a good, well-designed play,
Yes,
though.
it was.
And well-defensed. All right, Ocean City, 3:25 left, but a first down would put them in might put them in field goal range too, which would pretty much ice this thing. Robertson gets it up the middle, and he picks up 2 to about the 33. Absegami not calling timeout.
Yeah, this is where you're going to tell your lineman, hey, look, give me one more good push 4 times. You know, you get a first down here, you're under 3 minutes already. Again, they can stop the clock 3 times, but, you know, Ocean City's going to milk as much of that clock as possible. They're not going to take that snap until they see that back judge start waving his hands for the final countdown. They're waiting.
Feifel has Robertson to his right. The receivers to either side. Takes a snap and keeps it. Runs into a blocker and then is hit by 2, 3, 4 defenders. And finally whistled his forward progress done. And one of the Absegami players got up slow, but he seems to be okay.
Absegami calls a timeout here, Tom.
2:35 left, fourth quarter. Ocean City on top, 21-14. And they got it third down and almost 12 yards to go. It's not too late to go to Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th Street and the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Gillian's will be open this weekend from noon to 6, both Saturday and Sunday, and this is it. The Wonderland Pier will close for the season at 6 p.m. on Sunday. Remember to save your unused tickets. They'll be good next season. The summer continues for one more weekend at Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th and the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Visit them online at gillians.com. You'll like the way they do business at the Thomas H. Heist Insurance Agency. They're coastal insurance specialists with over 35 years experience. Flood, boat, auto, life, health. They offer it all at the Heist Agency with convenient offices in Ocean City, Margate, Egg Harbor Township, Marmora, and Vineland. Phone 609-399-0453. You'll also find them online at heistagency.com. Remember Thomas H. Heist when you need insurance. All right, third and about 12 for Ocean City. Feifel back to his right. Now they shift the tight end and the wing back to the right side. A lot of people on that right side. And Feifel drops back looking that way. He throws the ball long down the sideline and looks to be intercepted at about the 9-yard line. Is that Corsi?
Yes, I think it was, Tom.
Not that big a deal, really. They'd like to have completed it, but they take that with a punt. The ball down on the 10-yard line.
Correct. Officials timeout.
There's a penalty against Ocean City. It's been declined. And now they'll move the chain. So Absegami has 2 minutes and 27 seconds to go 90 yards.
Well, Ocean City's defense has played superbly here in the second half. They got to come up with one more big stop. And if you're Absegami and you do happen to tie the score here, do you go for 2? Probably not, because you got a guy who can kick a field goal in overtime for, well, and Ocean City has a guy who can kick a field goal in overtime as well.
Right.
But that's 90 yards from now, so let's see what happens in the meantime.
Absegami, as we said, the team huddles with the coaches at the sideline, all of them, and then they come onto the field before the first down of each possession. They got trips to the right, a slot to the left. Marcucci alone in the backfield, good snap, fires to the sideline to Corsi. Corsi dropped it. He was getting ready to make his move before he cradled the ball, and he dropped it.
I think I would consider putting a guy right up on the line of scrimmage against him and another guy behind him. Maybe give him a bump at the line of scrimmage because you know there's about an 80% chance that he's going to look for him. Marcucci's going to look for Corsi to throw him the ball. Now, the issue there is he had to throw the ball about 30 yards.
Yeah, to the sideline.
To the sideline.
Yeah.
And that's a long way to complete a pass without a defender being able to recover.
Atlantic Care scoreboard. Lee Dawson has scored. Holy Spirit now leads Pleasantville 36-24. Marcucci back to throw. Runs away from pressure down the left side, and he gets out of bounds just short of the first down. So it stops the clock with 2:15. But it'll be second down and a yard or two to go. At least we think so. They dropped the marker because the guy wanted to get out of the way.
Can't blame him.
Marcucci's coming full strength. Third and about a yard.
Especially if you have those old guys on those markers. We can't get out of the way that quickly.
You mean like Ocean City does?
I'm speaking for myself.
Final, Timber Creek beat Eastern 47-3. Timber Creek remains the #1 team in South Jersey.
2:15 left.
Braves break the huddles. Trips to the right. Marcucci's alone in the backfield. He's got a slot to the left. Takes the snap. He's going to run it right up the middle. He's hit hard. Gets out to the 23-yard line and gets the first down. They look to spike the ball, I think.
Well, the coaches are howling for him to spike the ball.
But they huddle up.
Well, they're waiting for the chain to be moved.
Okay. 2:11. The clock stopped with 2:11 left.
See,
they're not going to spike it.
Yeah.
Marcucci ready to go. Gets the snap. Back to throw. Passes to the sideline, and it's tipped away and almost intercepted. Almost intercepted out there by Kevin King.
I'm telling you.
And he did exactly what you said. He put a guy up there guarding Corsi.
Yeah, I mean, but again, they got to throw the ball 30 yards. It seems like 30 yards, at least 20 yards to the sideline to complete it to him. I might want to
put him over the middle.
No, well, I put him a little closer and give him the. I mean, obviously they want to get him the ball in space and let him use his athletic ability to try to juke and outrun guys. But they just can't get on the ball because the defense, the backs have a chance to recover for that long of a pass to the sideline. And he's wide out again.
2nd and 10. Marcucci rolling to the right, being chased. There's a flag on the play. He gets to the sideline, and he's out of bounds for a first down across the 35 at the 38-yard line. Actually, the whistle was blowing. I think that play didn't even count.
Yeah, it's a hold.
So there are 1:55 left, and they'll take the penalty, and it'll be real long yardage for Absegami. Triton has scored again and got the ball back. Middle Township leads 38-34 with 4.5 minutes left on the Atlantic Care scoreboard.
Some pretty exciting games. Pleasantville hung tough for a long, long time.
Cherokee came back to beat Hamilton. They were trailing 14-0. They won 35-14. Now they're going to put the ball all the way back to the 10, and they've got to get to the 34. So
24.
2nd and 24 with 1:55 left.
Now they put Corsi somewhere else. This time they put him out to the left side of the field.
Trips to the left, slot to the right. Short pass is intercepted, and Ocean City scores. I think it's Art Spackman. He's going to get hurt in that pile up, that celebration pile up.
They don't want to get a penalty either.
Ocean City seals it with an interception. The pressure forced a little pass, and he couldn't get it over. Spackman, who reached up, grabbed it, and was only 2 steps away from the end zone for the touchdown. Ocean City leads 27-14.
And he was really just looking to knock the ball down, I think, and all of a sudden ends up in his arms. They got great pressure that time from that rush, and they hadn't had the big rush because they had only a 3-man rush. They had guys back. That time they went after him, and it paid off.
The kick by Larkin sails to the right. His first miss of the season. And it remains 27 8-14. Ocean City on top with 1:51 left in the fourth quarter, and they'll kick off to Absegami. Game of the week produced by Prime Events on 106.3 The Shore, brought to you by Atlanticare. And don't forget, you can see the video of this game and many other Ocean City games this season and previous seasons at OceanCitySports.com, brought to you by Ulmer's Appliance Service. At Wiesenthal's Auto Service in Ocean City, their staff will repair your vehicle and prevent potential problems. Call them at 609-399-9741 to schedule an appointment. Don, Glenn, the legendary Al, and Chris the Rockstar will handle all of your repairs. Wiesenthal's Auto Service, 9th and West, right in the center of Ocean City. And Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center has a newly renovated saltwater pool, strength and conditioning equipment, cardio machines, and fantastic aerobic and water exercise classes. The Aquatic and Fitness Center is open weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturdays 7 until 6, and Sundays from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Phone 609-398-6900 for more information, or visit ocnj.us/recreation online.
Well, Tom, here I think you're going to see that pooch kick.
Okay.
Because I don't think they want to give Corsi a chance to run the ball back here. Again, it's a 2-touchdown lead, but, you know, 1:51. Anything can happen if you run the kickoff back for a touchdown. I think you're going to see that little 20-yard, 30-yard kick. I could be wrong. He's back pretty far.
No, he kicks it deep.
Does.
He kicks it down to the 8-yard line. It's fumbled, but picked up at the 15 and out to almost the 20-yard line. The kick returned by Carnell Davis.
Two flags come in. I don't know. I think they're going to see some extracurricular activity on this. One team, both teams. Too many penalties, guys. Personal foul
against Absegami. So they're going to be deeper in the hole. Would have been at the 26, I think. Or where was it? 21? 20 or 21?
26.
No, 20. The ball's at the 20. They're going to get half the distance, I guess.
Well, the other official had a ball, too, so they must have switched balls.
Yep, 10-yard penalty, so they'll start at 10 again. That's what they did in the last possession. But this time they're 2 scores down with 1:45 left.
And they did kick it deep, but they kicked it away from Corsi. And it was attempted return by another player. They want to be deep now.
Trips to the left, slot to the right. Marcucci hit in the backfield and brought down. I think that's Austin Green, or is that Alex? That's Alex. Alex Morales. You could call that a sack. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, the air has, the wind has gone out of the sails here on the Absegami side after that interception at the goal line taken in for the touchdown.
And whistle stop this play. It's against Absegami. Last Ocean City interception for a touchdown was just last year, when Garrett Benvenuti brought one back 65 yards against Deptford in the NJSIA crossover game.
I would say that may be the first interception return for a touchdown by a lineman. Maybe ever. I mean, I can't ever remember it, but I don't remember a lot of things. But that was I can't remember a touchdown being.
No, it doesn't happen very often. There's no doubt about it. 2nd and 15, back on the 5. Clock down to 46 seconds and moving. Marcucci throws over the middle, almost intercepted. Right there was Brandon Lynn, but the receiver cut right in front of him, and he didn't really see the ball coming until the last second.
It's been a good football game, Tom, with the exception of all the penalties, which has marred it a little bit. Especially Absegami's been hurt by some of those penalties.
Ocean City hurt itself in the first 3 games. They won 2 of them. but they overcame the penalties. In this game, Absegami has really hurt itself with penalties. Trips to the right, single receiver to the left. He's almost out of bounds. There's a back next to Marcucci, and he's going to run it. Marcucci up the middle, out to the 15, across the 15, out to the 19-yard line. He's stopped there by Sterling. And there's only a few seconds left, down to 20 seconds. Clock is running. Absegami's not going to stop it. And the ball's going to be spotted on the 20-yard line. So they may not get another play off here. They're hustling onto the field, but clock is down to 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's...
Apparently he got a first down on that play. Now the officials have stopped the clock with 0.6 of a second left. I don't think the officials knew, or the sideline crew knew it was a first down, and they're supposed to stop the clock until they get those chains set. And I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to go over there and say how much time was left when they finally, when the play ended.
Yeah, and it's immaterial at this point,
Right.
whether it's 5 seconds, 8 seconds, 3 seconds. You're not scoring 2 touchdowns in that amount of time anyway.
Now they're moving the chains back. So I guess he didn't get a first down.
Well, then the clock would have run out.
Yeah.
Should have run out. He shouldn't have stopped.
Well, they'll start it as soon as the official gets into position. And I don't think they'll get a playoff in 0.6 of a second. Crazy ending. There's been some crazy official situations this year. Now, he is going to ask for more time. He is going to ask for more time.
Maybe like 3 seconds or something.
He comes over to the Absegami sideline.
See, now, if I'm an Absegami coach, I say let the clock run out so nobody gets hurt on a meaningless play at the end of the game here. That's what I say.
I don't know what you say, 3 seconds?
I don't know. We're going to see in a second. 0.8.
Well, it's up to 2 seconds now. Is that what he wanted?
I guess.
No, he wants more.
26?
This is really kind of silly. 2.6? Can't be 26, can it? Because nobody called timeout.
It's Jimmy's.
They stopped the clock thinking
It's Jimmy's.
This is crazy. Fortunately, it doesn't mean anything because I think they royally screwed it up.
Like I said, I hope nobody gets hurt on a play like this that doesn't really matter.
Marcucci just scrambling around in the backfield, and he's tackled back around the 18-yard line for a loss.
Dumb.
And the clock continues to run down inside 5 seconds, and Absegami won't get off another play. So Ocean City improves to 3-1 with an important win. They'll move up in Group 3. They were number 7. They should move up to 6 or 5, and they've got Middle Township next week. They win it 27-14. 3 touchdowns by Harry Feifel, and Art Spackman returns an interception 2 yards for a touchdown. We'll recap this game and set up next week, but right now we'll take time out for this message. You're listening to the Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on 106.3 The Shore, brought to you